couple of other games we'll be keeping track of for you. Van Far, they fell to 6 after their loss last week, so only dropped one notch. They are 5-1, and they're on the road in a challenging game for them against 4-2 Wright City. Mark Twain 1-5 travels to 5-1 North Callaway. Monroe City 4-2 travels to Lawson. A nice little 9-conference game for them across the top of the state. Lawson is 1-5. Mobley 2-4 travels to Hannibal at 3-3. Centralia, another big CCC game. Centralia 4-2 will be at South Shelby. They're 6-0 and ranked number 5. Clark County 0-6 at Palmyra 3-3. Macon and Highland will square off. Troy Buchanan, who's 6-0, is still unranked, which is a little bit surprising. They host Fort Zumwalt West this week. St. Charles West will be traveling to Winfield. Both of those teams 1-5. And a game of interest to the Bowling Green folks, Valley Catholic will host Park Hill Central. Both of those teams are 5-1 on the season. Over on the Illinois side, Pittsfield, they are on the road tonight at Pleasant Plains. Pleasant Plains 2-4, Pittsfield 1-5. North Green will travel to West Central. West Central is 4-2 on the season. Beardstown and Unity, they actually played last night, and Unity won that game 26-12. Another Thursday night game over across the river. Camp Point Central, ranked number 6, they're 5-1. They are at home against Triopia, 1-5. Q&D, number 3 in the state, is 5-1. They will travel to the Jacksonville Crimsons. They are 4-2. Another challenging game for the Raiders. Quincy High, they're 6-0, ranked number 2 this week. They moved up a notch. They host 4-2 Sterling. Auburn is at Westmont, and Jacksonville Route will square off against Brown County. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and give you a shorter version of the Missouri and Illinois rankings for the week. You're listening to E102 Sports Countdown to Kickoff.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by White Insurance Agency, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, and Sudsy Tub.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Klarbrunn Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options, muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wraps, and salads. And Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close, featuring delicious entrees like lasagna, red wine pot roast, and more. We offer a variety of dishes beyond pizza and Italian, ensuring there's something for everyone. And don't forget, we're now open Sundays from 11 to 2 p.m. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana. Your perfect dining destination Wednesday through Sunday.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Let's just take a look at the Illinois rankings and the Missouri rankings that have schools of interest in them. Not much in Illinois, except for, as I mentioned, Quincy is ranked number 2 in Class 7 this week. Then you have to go all the way down to Class 2, where local schools of interest are ranked. Maroa Forsyth, they're still number 1 after defeating Pittsfield last week, and Quincy Notre Dame remains at number 3. And in Class 1, Althoff is the number 1 ranked school in Class 1 with Camp Point Central at 6. They dropped a spot, and Calhoun dropped 4 spots down to number 7 in the Illinois rankings this week. In Missouri, let's go down quickly through the top ranked teams in each class. CBC is ranked 6th. Cardinal Ritter is ranked 1st in Class 6, I should say. Class 5, Cardinal Ritter is number 1. Class 4, Luther North is 1. Interestingly enough, their coach is suspended for the last 3 games in the first playoff game of districts. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Also in Class 4, Kirksville is at 3, Warrenton is at 5, and Hannibal is at 6. In Class 3, that was actually Class 4. In Class 3, I'll get this right eventually. I'm new at this. Blair Oaks is number 1. St. Francis Borgia is 5. In Class 2, that's where all the action is of interest for most of the area teams. Fairgrove is 1. Bowling Green is 2 this week. And Valley Catholic, their opponent next week, is 3. Lafayette County and Higginsville is 5. South Shelby is tied with them at 5. And Mid Buchanan is number 7. And in Class 1, Marionville is 1. St. Vincent, who is in Van Far's district, and I believe knocked them out last year, they are number 2. Van Far at 6 this week, and Salisbury, Louisiana's opponent, is number 9. Let's take our final break, and we'll be back to wrap up Countdown to Kickoff. We'll check in with Mark Froelich, and then we'll send you to Louisiana on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Ameriprise Financial Advisor Tamara Scherter, Pogue Ford, and W5 Auction Services.
Illness can happen anytime or anywhere, whether it's the sniffles, sore throat, or the flu. Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week and is located just off the roundabout in Bowling Green behind Community State Bank. Urgent Care provides friendly, expert, affordable care with short wait times and no appointment is necessary. When you need care, remember Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
As I mentioned, Stacey Martin and Jordan Cawthorn are in Hardin, as Hardin Calhoun will host Pleasant Hill. We'll get game breaks from them and have them prepared to do some extended coverage if the opportunity arises. Our main broadcast, both on radio and online and video, is Salisbury at Louisiana. And, of course, Bowling Green at 6-0, ranked number 2, will host Montgomery County, coming off a rivalry victory, Mark, on the road last week at Van Far, and we'll see if they have any hangover from that.
I really think so. This matchup has been pretty one-sided the last couple of seasons, and just looking at those scores, Bowling Green won last year 82-20, 74-0 2 years ago. So this has been Bowling Green's favored in the rivalry the last couple of years. I mean, you look back, past 4 or 5 years, Jim, and yeah, it starts to even up after that. But this version of the Bobcats and the Wildcats, Bowling Green is dominating right now.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because you and I talked about this during the softball game the other night. Go back 5-6 years and beyond, Montgomery County was one of the powers in the EMO conference. And as we see in small school sports, that ebb and flow comes and goes, and they're on a little bit of a downswing right now.
They are. They're still proud. They're still, considered a football school. And don't mistake. I mean, their passion has not wavered one bit in Montgomery City. So it's just like you said, the ebb and the flow. This is a downward turn. They'll be back up, and you'll be seeing them in Final Fours again in the next 5-10 years, I'm sure. But right now, it's just a bit of a low point. You mentioned the Class 2 rankings. It was interesting. Lamar dropping out this week, Jim. Not to say that rankings mean a whole bunch, because from the reports I'm seeing, they're every bit as good as they were last year.
Yeah, they've played a brutal schedule, and you're right. The rankings are for people like you and I. That gives us something to talk about, and so don't sell them short when they get into the postseason. And of course, the other part of the rankings, not to look too far ahead because you still got to play the game tonight against Montgomery County, but probably the biggest regular season home game that Bowling Green's had for a while will be next week when Valley Catholic comes to town.
And that would be the only thing. I don't think last week's game, other than getting a little banged up, really matters. It's next week. You can't look past Montgomery and think about that game next week, but it is going to be fun. I think this is going to be a packed house a week from tonight.
I would say you're right. So be sure and tune in on KJFMradio.com as Mark Froelich and Chris Grody will have the video broadcast of that Bowling Green Montgomery County game. Their pregame will start here in about 2 minutes. And now we're going to send it to Louisiana, where 0-6 Louisiana hosts number 9 ranked 5-1 Salisbury. The Salisbury Panthers and Rodney O'Bear, Kelly Henderson, and Corey.
Thank you, Jim. We are at Cunningham Field in Louisiana tonight. As you mentioned, it's Salisbury, the state-ranked Salisbury Panthers coming in at 5-1. They're ranked number 9, Louisiana 0-6, looking to get off the schneid, although coming off certainly their best half of football that they've played this year. Last week, the first half against North Callaway.
Yeah, Rodney. Just kind of looking tonight, they have Troy McDaniel and Ben Settles. Troy McDaniel had been their starting halfback all year, although Donnell Griffith had come in and played a big role there too. And Ben has been a great support player. He's sophomore, but has really started to carve out his own niche on defense and helps them on offense too. And whenever you have low numbers, it is a couple guys like that being down that can't help any.
Absolutely, and Louisiana trying to build on a little bit of success that they had last week, and it's not going to be easy. Obviously, you're coming against a team with only 1 loss against 5 wins. The Mark Twain Tigers, a local team, did take Salisbury to the end of the game. I think the score was 10-6, if I remember correctly, on that ball game. So a team that some in the area may have seen gave Salisbury a game. However, also I believe Scotland County, who had their way with Louisiana, Salisbury had their way with Scotland County.
Yeah, it looked like Salisbury was rolling pretty good, and they took that loss to Harrisburg. And after they took that loss in the last 2 games, they've allowed a total of 8 points in the last 2 games. So, maybe they made a few adjustments after that loss. Maybe they got a little grounded. But it looks like that defense, Salisbury, really done something the last 2 games to really shut some things down. So I think the Louisiana offense is going to have its work cut out for it tonight, Rodney.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on the countdown to kickoff from Cunningham Field. Louisiana Salisbury set to kick off in just under 30 minutes. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Geeky Hillbilly, Twin Pike Family YMCA, and Ackles Farm Market.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Klarbrunn Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castile's be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
We are at Cunningham Field on a beautiful night for football. The temperature pretty warm today, Kelly, but we're going to have a great night to play football and a pretty good night to sit here and broadcast a football game as well.
Yeah, it is cooled down to a really nice temperature to play some ball tonight. As you said, a little unseasonably warm. I know the deer hunters have been griping a little bit because it had been quite cool enough, but it's going to be some great weather to play a football game tonight.
We've had some good weather for this time of year, for any time of year actually. But as I always say, when it's like this, if it was this way year-round, we couldn't afford to live here.
Yeah.
But this was a peach of a day and going to be a nice weekend, and Louisiana looks to come out with some positive momentum here this evening. We've got starters coming up. First for the Salisbury Panthers, Braden White's a running back. He'll wear number 2, gets the start. Quarterback for this evening is Patrick White. He's a big kid, 6'4", 180 pounds. Tight end Colin Hurt. Gavin Bender, he's a wide receiver. Gavin Harmon, also a wide receiver. He'll wear number 13. And Gavin Massey, he'll wear number 20, and he's a running back. Joined in the backfield with Massey is Carson Moore. He'll wear number 22. And then along your offensive line, you've got Colton Bush, Dante White, Isaac Bearden, and Maddox Summers.
So the Louisiana starters for tonight, looks like Bryson Marks at wide receiver, a freshman, is going to get to start. Brady Shepard is going to get to start fullback. Joseph Pitzer is going to start quarterback. Jared Wilkinson, probably at tight end, it looks like. Donnell Griffith is going to start at tailback in lieu of McDaniel being down. Ben Nictula is going to start center. Looks like Griffin Murray is going to start at a guard. Johnny Miller's probably going to start the other guard. Hathaway is going to get a start tonight on the O-line, as well as Elon King. And Andrew Posier is going to be on the offensive line tonight.
Those are your starters right here on Eagle 102 Sports. And as you look at the game, obviously we know what Salisbury's record is, and we can see that they have been trending in a positive direction through the course of this season. Talking about Louisiana, what are you looking to do offensively? I mean, I know they did it last week in the first drive as they took it down the length of the field on the first drive and scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I think Louisiana is looking to put together a complete game. I think if Louisiana had played their offense the way they did in the first half and the second half last week, and then vice versa with their defense, they come out a lot closer and maybe with a victory. So I think a more consistent effort on both sides of the ball through the whole ball game is what Louisiana is looking for.
That's right, and again, we saw it last week. The first half, good solid play, clean play. Maybe had a penalty or two, if that. Weren't in a position to really affect the game when they did have the infraction, if they did, and I can't really remember any. Obviously, the big play last week was the complete blown fumble call by the official, called a fumble, an incomplete pass, and unfortunately Louisiana then gives up a touchdown as time expires in the first half to go down 2 scores. But then again, they got to stop to start the third quarter of play and had a drive stall out, but they ended up getting the ball back again, get a touchdown, and they're within a couple of scores, and they got the ball back with the onside kick with a chance. If you score then, you're within 1 score. So they made it a game, and North Callaway tacked on a score later in the ball game to set your final 38-14. But some positives for Louisiana that they look to take forward into this week.
Right. And, on defense, Louisiana has had trouble all year, especially on the right side of their defense as far as setting an edge. And I do know with talking with Tony Caswender a little bit that they've been moving some things around and trying some different things so that they could get that edge set a little better on that right side. And because a lot of teams have killed them offensively, on the power perimeter play all year. So I know that they are trying to find a good combination to be able to put that to bed.
Well, we're going to step aside for a little bit of a break. We're going to send it to the station for a moment. We'll have the keys of the game when we come back on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, Pogue Chevy Buick dealer in Hannibal, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green is right here for you and your family. No matter what stage of life you are in, better health starts with your primary care provider, the person who knows your health history and can connect you with the right specialist if needed. The Hannibal Regional Medical Group team of primary care providers are ready to help guide you on your path to better health, right here at home. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Now the band comes on the field to play the national anthem and the pregame festivities. We are here at Cunningham Field, Rodney Dolbear alongside Kelly Henderson and Corey Radford. We're going to have the keys to the game. Corey, I believe you've got some to share with the folks.
Yeah, so Salisbury is a high-scoring offense. They've scored 30 points or more in every game other than the Mark Twain game that Kelly referenced earlier. So what you want to do to frustrate an offense like that is you offensively, meaning Louisiana, want to keep the ball, keep the time of possession, keep the clock running, and keep the ball out of the offense of Salisbury's hands. Number two, cut down on the pre-snap infractions. Kelly, you've seen it. Rodney, you've seen it. Anybody that's watched Louisiana this year, they had a lot of pre-snap infractions, which means false starts, illegal shifts. Cut down on those because as Louisiana, you almost have to play a perfect game when stuff like that happens, and you keep on falling behind the chains. And third, convert on third down. There's a lot of third and shorts that Louisiana's just not getting this year that could mean the difference between a win and a loss here and there. So those are my three keys of the game. Keep the ball, convert on third downs, and cut down on the pre-snap infractions.
One that showed its head last week in a glaring manner. The first drive that we mentioned last week, basically the keys of the game, Corey, that you just mentioned, Louisiana followed through on all three of them. They played clean. They got the short yardage. They didn't fall behind the chains. Something that bit them in the second half that they have to avoid is the huge negative plays, because that's another way that Louisiana has typically fallen behind the chains this year, and it's just tough to overcome that.
Yeah, Louisiana that team seems to be a little bit susceptible to momentum, one way or the other. And whenever they come out in that second half last week and had those negative plays so quick, it seems like that they got deflated, and it took them a while to try to get the fight back into them to get things back even again.
Absolutely. And as they begin to play the national anthem, we are going to send it to Stason and Jordan at the Oak and Bucket game for the keys to the game in that ball game.
Thank you very much, Rodney. I'm Stacy Martin with Jordan Coffin down here in Calhoun. I'm not sure if you can hear us very well. The pregame music is right next to us, so we're going to do the best we can. Like we said, we're down here in Calhoun at the Oak and Bucket game between Calhoun Warriors and the Pleasant Hill Wolves. Pleasant Hill is coming off of a big homecoming win against North Green. They won that game 22-6. Calhoun's coming off of a loss 10-0 against Carrollton Hawks. Jordan, what can you expect to see from this game tonight?
Similar to the last couple weeks when we've had Pleasant Hill and against North Green and also against West Central. Both teams like to run the ball a lot. I think Pleasant Hill kind of some keys for them tonight. Have some long sustained drives, stay ahead of the chains, and keep this Calhoun offense off the field that outside of last week has proven to be pretty explosive.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I think the big thing for Pleasant Hill is they're going to have to know exactly where Longnecker is and control him for sure. As I was looking, he's averaging 148 rushing yards a game, and he's probably getting 25 to 28 touches a game. So it's no secret that Longnecker is the focal point of the Warriors offense.
Yeah, absolutely. You summed it up there. They're going to go to him early and often. You got to think anyways. And then when, if Pleasant Hill starts biting down on him on those inside runs, that's when they're going to look to use their speed to get to the outside.
Also, Pleasant Hill doesn't have a slouch either, as we saw last week that they had a guy rush for over 130 yards as well. I want to talk about him real quick.
Yeah, last week, Mr. Waylon White had a heck of a game for the Wolves. Believe he was actually pushing closer to 150 yards. So got to think between him and Ryder Rodhouse and the other guys, they're going to try and establish the run and make this a grinded out slugfest.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a ground and pound game. And I'm going to guess the clock's going to run a lot tonight because both teams are going to run so much. Neither team's going to probably, I'm going to eat my words, but neither team's going to pass it more than probably 8 to 10 times a game. And this is going to see the battle of the fittest. But that's what we have going on in Calhoun tonight. I'm going to send it to a break. As I said, we're in Calhoun with the Calhoun Warriors and the Pleasant Hill Wolves. This is the Eagle 102 keys to the game.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by White Insurance Agency, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, and Sudsy Tub.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Discover Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, open Wednesday through Sunday, with our lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wrap options, and salads. Enjoy dinner favorites like the make-your-own pasta dish, lasagna, and red wine pot roast from 4 p.m. to close. We offer more than just pizza and Italian. There's something for everyone. When the weather is nice, dine on our beautiful patio. Now open Sundays from 11 to 2. Join us at Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
We will have starting lineups, a starting lineup recap shortly. We're going to go to the studio and Jim Ross for a continuation of tonight's countdown to kickoff on Eagle 102 Sports.
Just a reminder to everyone, thank you, Gordon, as well, we just had a little hiccup here at the studio. We want to remind everybody about the 3 games that we have tonight on KGFMradio.com and on your Eagle 102 app. You can watch and listen to Mark Froelich and Chris Grody for the Bowling Green Montgomery County game. And as you've been listening, Rodney and Kelly and Corey will have the Louisiana Salisbury game for you. And then we'll do game breaks with Stacey Martin and Jordan Cawthorn from Hardin and the Pleasant Hill Hardin Calhoun game. And I guess people don't like Hardin Calhoun. I guess I'm showing my age, right? Yes, I am showing my age. Let's take a break, and then we'll send you back, and we'll get things rolling here for the Louisiana game right after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Ameriprise Financial Advisor Tamara Scherter, Pogue Ford, and W5 Auction Services.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
The Eagle's Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana offers inviting guest rooms, each with its own unique character and historic charm. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
All right, we're about 10 minutes from kickoff here at Cunningham Field in Louisiana, Missouri. The Bulldogs at home at 0-6 taking on the Salisbury Panthers. A little bit of history with Salisbury, at least as far as my history is concerned. The 1983 team traveled to Salisbury to play the Panthers in the state playoffs that year and came away victorious 42-7, if my memory serves me correct. Starters for this evening, again, for Salisbury, we'll have Braden White at one running back. Patrick White is your quarterback tonight. Colin Hurt is a tight end. Gavin Bender is a wide receiver. Gavin Harmon, also a wide receiver. Gavin Massey checks in at the other running back. Carson Moore, also a running back. Colton Bush, offensive lineman, along with Dante White, Isaac Bearden, and Maddox Summers. That's your starters for Salisbury.
So Louisiana's going to start Bryson Marks, freshman, at wide receiver, and Brady Shepard is going to man that fullback position that he does so well. Joseph Pitzer's going to start the quarterback position. Jared Wilkinson's going to be at tight end. Donnell Griffith's going to start tailback tonight. Ryan Jackson's going to be on the offensive line. Ben Nictula is going to be on the offensive line. Griffin Murray is going to be an O-lineman. Johnny Miller, O-lineman, and Dominic Hathaway is going to be either O-line or tight end, and Elon King is going to be on the O-line, and Andrew Posier is on the O-line tonight.
Those are your starting lineups here from Cunningham Field, and a couple of things to expand on a little bit on the we didn't really give it enough, and we haven't given it quite enough press, if you will. Brady Shepard out of that fullback position has been the most consistent offensive threat really for a couple of years now, and certainly this year. And obviously teams have seen that and teams know it. However, he continues to have success operating within between the tackles and getting positive yards, and very rarely ever a negative yardage play. You'd like to see Louisiana, you know they're going to go to it, and you'd like to see them get that established early and often.
Yeah, and you know, whenever they're running it and getting some positive yards off of it, In high school football, I keep running it until they're going to stop it. It seems like Louisiana's been a little bit quick to get away from it and go back to the perimeter on some plays, and they just have not had much luck with the perimeter this year on offense. And, Brady Shepard is so sudden with his starts and being able to get to the line quick. There's times whenever the blocking hasn't been at its best, and he's been able to get positive yards out of it.
Absolutely.
And Rodney and Kelly, there's probably a lot of people out here wondering, number one, where is Salisbury? Well, it's over between Moberly and Marceline, correct? Mm-hmm. And then why are we playing Salisbury? Well, South Callaway dropped out of the EMO football conference this year just for football. So, athletic director Matt Chance had to scurry and find somebody to play this year. So it sounds like it's going to be a home and home with Salisbury. So we play here in Louisiana this year, and then next year Louisiana will play at Salisbury. It was the same issue with Scotland County. Little Birdie told me beforehand that there might be a little bit closer in a couple of years, a little closer out of conference games. Maybe one school down the river is looking at scheduling a home and home with us.
Well, that would be good. And, Salisbury's, it's a little bit of a haul over there. But, their numbers are very similar. I think I counted 23, and Louisiana's got 22 dressed tonight. So it's nice to be able to play some schools that, aren't running, 40, 50 deep because it does make a difference whenever your guys have to play the whole game both ways and most special teams.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a pregame break over to Calhoun with Stason and Jordan on Eagle 102 Sports.
Thank you very much, Rodney. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff here. Both teams left the field. We haven't done the national anthem yet, but that's all right. Jordan, you ready for tonight's game? I think it's going to be a pretty gosh darn good one. Yeah, absolutely. Pleasant Hill's getting ready to take the field. I believe Calhoun is 5-1 and 7th in state. If I'm not mistaken there. They got beat by, like I mentioned earlier, got beat by a very good Carrollton team last week, 10-0. And I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch, but I would expect Calhoun to be a playoff team this year. And looks like Calhoun is getting ready to take the field, so it's still pretty quiet down here. And we will send it to a quick break. This is a Eagle 102 pregame talk.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Geeky Hillbilly, Twin Pike Family YMCA, and Ackles Farm Market.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Well, the captains have arrived at midfield. Captains for Louisiana, Nictula, Hughes, Pitzer, and Shepard. They're awaiting the instructions from the official and the toss of the coin. It's in the air, and we'll see momentarily who gets the ball to start things here in Louisiana at Cunningham Field. Going to be, as we mentioned, a great night for football. They're lining them up, and it looks like Salisbury will start on offense first, and they'll move from right to left on your radio dial. So we'll get this thing underway very shortly as they've put 12 minutes on the clock. We're about to get things underway, as I mentioned. A scheduling note, next week, the Louisiana Mark Twain game will be on Thursday in Mark Twain, not Friday. It will be Thursday night lights. They're having some issues fielding enough officials for these games, and the solution over the past few years has been to play the occasional game on Thursday evening or Saturday afternoon, and next week you'll have Mark Twain in Louisiana traveling to the Tigers to play Mark Twain on Thursday night. I believe that is at 7 o'clock, the normal game time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Salisbury comes onto the field, dropping back deep as the return man is White. He wears number 2. Louisiana tees it up at the 40-yard line. They'll put this thing underway. Jared Wilkinson will kick it off. He sends his troops standing along the 35. And we're set to get this thing underway. The officials blow the whistle. Wilkinson moves into it. It's an onside kick. It's on the ground and recovered. I believe Louisiana has it. Louisiana has it at the Salisbury 44-yard line. And just like that, Louisiana will get the ball just underway in the first quarter.
Well-designed onside kick. Kicker kicked it perfectly. 2 of the front linemen went out and hit Salisbury's front line, knocked him away, and the trailer for Louisiana was able to pick up the ball. That was a well-designed onside kick.
That was Will Chitster that recovered that ball.
Well, that's the second week in a row that Louisiana has executed a successful onside kick. So Louisiana has it in great field position. Opening kickoff of the game recovered by Chitster. Louisiana breaks the huddle. 2 receivers come to the near side. I backfield behind Pitzer. He takes the snap, handoff to Shepard up the middle, across the 40, driving down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line, gain of 8 on first down.
Yep. Rodney, there's that call that you were making earlier in the before the game started. A healthy dose of Shepard between the tackles, and then let's go until they stop it.
Well, you and I both played for a head coach that made very good use out of that philosophy.
That's right.
I formation, single receiver, top of the field. Ball on the near hash mark. Handoff to Griffith. Cuts to the outside. He's grabbed and drugged down. Looked like he had a hole there. Going to gain about 1. Forward progress. Well, he was on the 35-yard line, but they marked him down where he was thrown backwards. Nonetheless, that was a tough spot. His whole body was on the 35.
Yes, that was a little rough spot there, but hopefully that won't be consistent tonight. Because a yard matters, especially on third down.
3rd and 2. They need to get to the Salisbury 34-yard line. I formation, Pitzer under center. 2 receivers, 1 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Handoff to Shepard. He crosses the 35. He's going to be very near the yard to gain. Boy, another tough,
short spot.
Another tough spot as they mark him at the 34.5-yard line. I just don't see it. Matter of fact, the ball is just barely inside the 35. Well, 4th and 1.
In this O-line, I've been watching the first couple plays. Fair on the right side. This left side, they're having trouble moving that defensive tackle out.
4th and short. Pitzer under center. Hand off to Shepard. He gets the first down. He crosses the 35, rumbles all the way down to the 32.
You better wait for it spotted before you call first down.
Well, and they mark him back at the 33. Still enough for the first down. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. They move the chains.
I like them staying with between the tackles and being able to move it. And pretty soon we'll see a play action or something come out of this.
Well, the handoff to Griffith was run off tackle to the left side, and he just about broke that. This time, handoff is to Griffith. He's hitting the backfield. Going to be stopped for no gain, maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, Salisbury stunning some backers that time and happened to guess right, stunning them right to the hole. So there just wasn't much the O-line could do on that. There was more coming than what they could block.
Kelly, right here, they're starting to squeeze everybody on the inside. The defense is. Now's the time to fake the fullback option, roll out to the edge. There's nobody out there.
Yeah, and check their outside containment.
2 receivers split to the wide side. Pitzer bends under center. I backfield. Handoff to Shepard. He cuts back at the 30. Still on his feet to the 35, to the 20, to the 15. Driven out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Brady Shepard made something out of nothing, but found a nice hole on the right side of that offensive line.
They did. Joe Pitzer, quarterback, made a nice read. That was the true option. Didn't see a backer or a DT in that hole right there, so went ahead and gave it to him, and Brady done a nice job finding a seam back to his right after he made through the hole.
Well, forward progress, they give him the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 10. We're 2.5 minutes into this ball game. Louisiana with a nice drive. It started at the Salisbury 44. I formation. Handoff. Shepard cuts inside the 10, still on his feet, driving down to the 5, inside the 5. Well, they're going to mark him at the 5 for some reason. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on his feet and tackled at the 3.
Yeah.
And they've marked him at the 5.
Yeah, fascinating is one definition. I guess you could use for that. I am just not sure how they're spotting the ball like that.
I'm baffled.
It's a poor interpretation of the rule. They're marking it where he's going down and not where the point of the ball is when forward momentum is stopped.
Well, he was still on his feet. Nonetheless, gain of 5. Pitzer under center. Pitch to Griffith running to his left. Cuts it up inside at the 5. He should be inside the 5, but they're I stand corrected. They gave him a half a yard, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, looks like Salisbury's going to do pretty good at containing that outside tonight. So hopefully Louisiana's offensive line can keep going, and their bread and butter is going to be between the tackles most of the night.
A little bit of misdirection here, maybe, Kelly?
I would say so. Maybe play action.
Pitzer under center. Looks to roll out to the right side at the 5, still on his feet, cuts it up, fighting for the goal line, going to be just short. Looks like Pitzer's going to be marked down at about the 1. Nice job there on the option pitch coming to the near side of the field. He tucks it up, gets 4 yards. It's 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yep, this is a play where it's just a matter of wills. You know, if that offensive line has more will than that defensive line or vice versa. Where it's at, of course, they're goal line defense. I'm sure they'll probably shoot a linebacker or 2 here, somewhere between the tackles. This could be tough.
Rodney, Kelly, I know you both seen the same thing. Probably the pitch was the play there to Donnell.
I think it probably was.
Pitzer under center, 4th and goal from the 1. Handoff Shepard into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Bulldogs. Louisiana breaks on top.
What a great drive to open the game with. You know, good call on the gamble for the onside kick, and then they were able to sustain a drive down through there. I like that they stayed with what was working the majority of the time on their play calling down through there. So now we get to see if their defense is going to be able to make a stop.
Well, Louisiana will go for the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers split wide to the far side of the field, tight end to the near side. Man comes in motion, goes back. Pitzer looks to cut it up. has some room fighting for the end zone, and the two-point conversion is good as Pitzer bounces around the left side for the two-point conversion.
You know, Corey, I don't know if you saw it, but Louisiana was in twins left over there, and they only had Salisbury only had one cornerback to go over and cover that. Where it's at, and it seemed like that outside linebacker kind of got lost in no man's land. Hopefully the staff at Louisiana has spotted that and will go back to something and hopefully capitalize on that formation again.
Well, about halfway through the first quarter, Louisiana breaks on top 8-0. Back after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, Pogue Chevy Buick dealer in Hannibal, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Well, you couldn't have scripted a better start for the Bulldogs here this evening. They convert the onside kick, take it 44 yards in a little over 5 minutes, and this is a pooch kick down the right side. It's nearly recovered. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to possession will be with Salisbury. A good play there. It was a little bit of a different, it was kind of a pooch kick down the right side, and if the ball just squirts to the left instead of the right, Louisiana had a chance to recover that.
Yeah, and, you know, Louisiana did a good job of hustling down, at least touching the ball so that they didn't get the penalty of the out-of-bounds kickoff.
Will Chitster almost with the second recovery of the night.
It was close. If he could have hung on to it.
So Salisbury will have it at their own 40. White stands behind the center. He has a single back in the backfield.
I'm interested.
Got a flag.
Now we got a flag.
Well,
they are gonna call it for out of bounds kick, but I thought if it got touched, I didn't think that was. I thought that negated that.
Once it's been touched past 10 yards, it's live.
So that's going to mark 5 yards. Will be the mark off. So the drive starts at the 45-yard line. Patrick White, your quarterback. Braden White is your single tailback. Two receivers split to the near side. A man comes in motion across the formation, lines up at the right slot. Pitch to White, running to his right. Cuts back in the backfield, hit at the line, bounces through. He's going to be drilled at the 50-yard line, a gain of a touch over 5 yards. Had some contact at the line of scrimmage. Sloughed that off and picked up about 5.
Louisiana did a nice job of containing the outside. They just didn't get the field quick enough whenever he had to cut it back up inside.
Single receiver comes in motion to the left side. Hitting the backfield. There's a sack. Big loss. White dropped near the 42-yard line. Okay, guys. I mean, I know you're tired of hearing it. He was dropped at the 38, but they've marked him down at the 43, which he wasn't even hit until the 40.
Yeah, it was a high snap. The quarterback actually did a nice job of even trying to hang on to that snap.
3rd and 12. Trip receivers to the far side of the field. Single back offset to the right. White looks to pass. Rolls back. Steps into it. Clean pocket. Now rolls out to his right. Dumps it over the middle. Out of bounds. Incomplete. It's 4th and 12.
Well, what a good defensive stance by the Bulldogs on this drive.
And I want to go back to that second down play. That was A.J. Geschwinder over there that made that hit and that tackle for loss, and he just did a fine job over there sticking with his coverage and zone coverage over there on the receiver.
Punt formation. Punt is away. It's a kick over the head of Louisiana. It's going to roll inside the 15 down to about the 10-yard line. So Louisiana forces a 3 and out. They'll have it this time with 90 yards to go. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter of play. They have the ball and an 8-point lead.
So, Corey, is one of your keys to the game. I think Louisiana on the first drive did a nice job of eating up a lot of clock on their plays. We'll see here on this drive if they can do the same and eat up even more.
Rodney Kelly, is this Louisiana's first lead of the year?
No, they scored. They opened up the same way last week. They took it right down the field and scored on their opening drive last week in a very similar fashion.
This is the first time I've been at a game where they scored first, and this is also the first time that they stopped the other team.
I formation, single receiver to the near side. Handoff, Shepard cuts back to his left. He's across the 10, fights for yardage out near the 14, gain of about 3.5 to 4.
But the line judge is going to mark it at 13, I'm sure.
It is.
Yeah.
2nd and 7. Pitzer comes in from the sideline, has 30 on the play clock, plenty of time. Two receivers to the near side. Pitzer under center with the I formation. 10 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Hands to Shepard running left. Stacked up. Nothing there this time. Got back to maybe the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get in between the guard and the tackle and had to bow it out a little bit because that hole wasn't there. And Salisbury did a good job on their right defensive side of being able to close that net down pretty quick.
It's interesting right now, just looking at Salisbury's defense, there's no real calls coming in. Are they just playing the same base defense every time?
Well, I do know that in the first series they shot some linebackers, so something had to be coming in.
I formation. Pitzer, I don't know, there's some miscommunication. I don't know if he bobbled the snap perhaps. He's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of about 1 on the play. So it's going to be 4th and 8, and you would expect Louisiana to kick it away here. Punt formation for the Bulldogs. Salisbury punt return man stands inside Louisiana territory. Snaps away. Kick is a low line drive. It bounces about the 38. Picked up at the 45. Man has room to the 40, to the 35. Cuts back at the 30. Going to be drugged down there. Nice job in preventing that from being a bigger play.
Yeah, Brady Shepard on the tackle. Louisiana had 2 guys down early, 2 defenders down early, and they just overran the ball and overran the ball runner, or they could have got him exactly where he caught the ball.
Now 2:54 left in the first quarter of play. That was Gavin Binder on the return for Salisbury. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. Offset I formation. Binder goes in motion across the formation to the right. Pitch to White. He takes it in the backfield. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Fights forward for a positive gain. Just missed a tackle there at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 5 on 1st down.
I like the fact that Louisiana is able to set an edge tonight and is turning the runner back up. But, the second part of setting an edge is you've got to fill back inside, and these backers are waiting too late to fill back whenever he cuts back in.
Well, that ball was marked down at the 26, so it's going both ways. Receiver Binder comes in motion across the formation. Pitch to White coming to the near side. In the backfield, cuts, hit at the line of scrimmage. This time he's going to be wrestled down there at the 25-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 5.
And now Louisiana got a fill on their defensive right. They turned him back in, set a nice edge. One of the first times I've seen them set a good edge on their defensive right. And they were able to fill nicely on that to make the tackle.
3rd and 5. You would imagine they're in 4-down territory here. Single back is White behind Patrick White, who comes under center. Single receiver, top of the field. White rolls out to the right, steps up in the pocket. Now he takes off. He has the 1st down and more across the 10-yard line. He's going to waltz to the pylon and score the touchdown. No flags on the play. And White takes it in from 25 yards, and Salisbury's on the board.
Yeah, a little bit of a breakdown. I'm sure that the coaching staff with LA has somebody at least that's responsible for staying with the quarterback, some sort of spy, and just didn't get the job done that time.
2-point conversion forthcoming. Shotgun formation. White looks to throw it to the right, and it's tipped but caught. Nice job, Louisiana. Geschwinder was there and got a hand on it, but it just tipped it right into the outstretched arms of the receiver. And the score is now 8-8. We'll be back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by White Insurance Agency, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, and Sudsy Tub.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
After the break, they're set to kick off. We've got some things heating up over in Calhoun. We're going to send it to Stason and Jordan for an Eagle 102 game break.
Thank you very much, Rodney. Right now, it is 6-0 in favor of the Calhoun Warriors. Pleasant Hill right now has the ball, and they have gone almost the full length of the field on this drive. They are currently sitting on the 19-yard line for the Calhoun. They started on their own 25. I believe they've had 3 first downs on this drive, and it's 4th and 6 with 2:03 to go. And like I said, it's 6-0 in favor of Calhoun Warriors. And I guess I'm kind of surprised and ate my own words, but Pleasant Hill has thrown the ball a lot more this drive than they normally do, and it's working because they can having a brain fart. They completed several passes now. I see is rolling out now, looking for the end zone, and it is incomplete. So now it's going to be a turnover on downs. Calhoun will take possession of the ball on the 19th. We will keep you guys updated. We'll return it back to Rodney and Kelly, and this is an Eagle 102 game break.
Well, on the ensuing kickoff, Louisiana fumbles it. Salisbury recovered the ball at the 30, so a bad turn of events for the Bulldogs. They turned it over on the kickoff. The kickoff was a bouncing ball. It was fielded, and it never really looked like it had its legs underneath it, so to speak. Ball comes out. Salisbury gets on it. 1st and 10, they have a illegal formation or a false start, actually, and so it's now 1st and 15, ball at the 38-yard line. Louisiana's defense right back on the field. 4 receivers in formation. Dropping straight back to pass. Looks for the man on the wheel route, White. He gets it. He's back near the original line of scrimmage. Fighting yards, doesn't go down easy. Picks up about 10. It'll be 2nd and 5. As Ryan White catches the pass in the flat from Patrick White. Nice design play, and nobody was there to cover him.
No, that's what I was going to say. It's an interesting design for small high school football. You don't see that play very often, but it was well designed, as you say.
Binder comes split to the near side. 2 tight ends, 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff to White. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 25, maybe the 24. Braden White picks up about 4. It'll be 3rd and a long 2, short 3. The Panthers trying to capitalize on the mistake of Louisiana fumbling the kickoff after their score tied the game at 8-8. We're under 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Salisbury to the line of scrimmage. Under center, White this time. Goes with the hard count. They may not be looking to run a play. They do. Hand off to the up back. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Going to be just short.
Yeah, the mark's going to be just short. You know, that fumble on that kickoff, Rodney, was kind of indicative of what Louisiana's been doing all year. It seems like that they, are playing competitive football and they just have a mistake that seems to throw them back, and they have a hard time recovering from those mistakes.
Well, we've played one quarter of play here at Cunningham Field. The score is tied 8-8, and Salisbury will have it fourth and about a yard when we come back to start the second quarter of play on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Ameriprise Financial Advisor Tamara Scherder, Pogue Ford, and W5 Auction Services.
At Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green, we're not only helping kids grow stronger, we're helping grow a stronger community for the future. Pediatrician Dr. Barbara White provides the specialized care your child needs from birth through college, right here at home. From routine checkups to immunizations, we're equipped to handle all of your child's health needs. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options, muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wraps, and salads. And Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close, featuring delicious entrees like lasagna, red wine pot roast, and more. We offer a variety of dishes beyond pizza and Italian, ensuring there's something for everyone. And don't forget, we're now open Sundays from 11 to 2 p.m. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana. Your perfect dining destination Wednesday through Sunday.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Welcome back to the Eagle 102 Scoreboard Show. We'll give you an update on some games around the area. Bowling Green leads Montgomery County 20-0. Hannibal 8-6 over Moberly. Centralia leads South Shelby 8-0. Troy Buchanan leads Fort Zumwalt West 6-0. And Macon leads Highland 7-0. Pittsfield and Pleasant Plains are tied at 7. As you just heard, Hardin Calhoun leads Pleasant Hill 6-0. Quincy Notre Dame and Jacksonville are tied 7-7, and Camp Point Central leads Triopia 6-0. Back at Louisiana at the end of the quarter, Salisbury, Louisiana tied 8-8. Back to Rodney, Kelly, and Corey.
Thank you, Jim. After the switch of the ends of field, what I thought was going to be a 4th and 1 was a 1st and 10. Well, on second down, Ben Nictula with a huge sack. It's now 3rd and about 17 or 18. Pitch to Bender running to the left. Louisiana stretches him out. Yeah. Got numbers, and they're going to drag him down after a short gain. Nice job by the defense running to the wide side of the field and only giving up about 3 yards.
Yeah, I'm impressed with what they've done with Louisiana's defense to try to shore up the edges this week. You know, we saw it in the second half last week against Callaway, and it looks like that whatever they did, they were happy with in the second half and have continued that.
Well, it's going to be 4th and about 16, 17. Now they call it 18 yards. Offense stays on the field. Ball rests at the Louisiana 32-yard line.
Nothing over your head.
4th and 18. Got some misdirection.
Reverse.
Binder coming to the
Two
near
blockers.
side. 2 blockers out in front at the 30. Nice job that time by Louisiana. Catches the man midair at the 30. Drags him down at the 26-yard line. And Louisiana takes over on downs.
Yeah, good individual defensive play there on the reverse. Pretty well designed offensive play. They had 2 blockers and a ball carrier behind them, and Louisiana's corner was able to split those 2 blockers and slow the ball carrier down long enough till the cavalry arrived to finish getting him down.
A.J. Geschwinder with a nice play there.
Second outstanding defensive play by A.J. Geschwinder tonight.
So Louisiana now has it. The ball resting at their own 26-yard line. So looking to get a good, strong drive going here. 2 backs behind Pitzer. Under center. Handoff with a hole coming to the near side. Griffith breaks into the 3, to the 40, to the 50,
Gone.
to the 40, to the 30. 1 man in pursuit. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Donnell Griffith. Touchdown, L.A. Bulldogs.
Flag. There's a flag.
And we've got a flag in the backfield. Well, what a great offensive play. It looks like it could be coming back. The officials are sorting it out. Certainly looks like it's coming back. Going to call a hold. Yeah, tough play there. Wipes off a 68-yard touchdown run from Donnell Griffith.
Yeah, those are the kind of little things that's haunted Louisiana all year. Whenever things look like it's going well, they just have something to happen that just kind of gets the ship off course.
That's a 78-yard penalty, if my math is correct.
You're the engineer, Rod.
Well, it was a spot of the foul, I suppose, so it's going to be 1st and 14 now, ball resting at the Louisiana 22-yard line. Well, a little bit behind the chains for sure, but Louisiana's had some success opening up some holes on the interior of the offensive line. That one came off tackle. They'll try again. Handoff. Now fake. Pitcher rolls out to his right to throw. Has a man wide open downfield. Caught at the 45-yard line.
Dropped it.
Off the hands of the intended receiver. Wilkinson had it for a nice gain. Couldn't corral it on the far side of the field. It'll be 2nd and 14. But again, very nicely designed play there. Pitzer had a lot of room in front of him.
I love it. They run the play action off of the play before where they had scored the touchdown but got called back. Salisbury defense bit and went over, booted the quarterback back out to the right, had Wilkinson wide open, made a nice throw and just couldn't hold on to it.
2nd and 14, 9 minutes, 4 seconds left in the second quarter of play here from Cunningham Field, all knotted at 8. Handoff, Shepard across the right side, still on his feet, as he typically does, out near the 30. We've got a face mask. Face mask or horse collar. Shepard was drugged down in a very unnatural way after about a 6-yard, 7-yard gain. Horse collar is the call.
20-7, Bowling Green's leading Montgomery County, second quarter. Back to you, Rodney.
Well, after the horse collar penalty, tacks on what was about an 8 or 9 yard gain for Shepard. So Louisiana now has it 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. As we've come under the 9-minute mark in the second quarter of play, the officials wind the clock. Louisiana has done a nice job of this point overcoming the mistake of the fumbled kickoff, and then so far have overcome the holding penalty. I formation. Pitzer rolls out. He's in some trouble. He's going to be sacked. We've got a penalty. Pitzer's sacked, and he's saying face mask.
Yeah, it looked like a broken play.
Yeah, busted play, Kelly.
Yeah. Looked like a broken play, and Pitzer just kept drifting back and back, and Salisbury did a good job of having him corralled, but I believe they got a face mask while they were doing it. So
personal foul, face mask. That's a 15-yarder, and should result in a automatic first down. They're walking it off. The ball will be inside Salisbury territory, spotted at the 39-yard line. So Louisiana moves the chains by penalty once again. Bulldogs have shown enough on offense where they've kind of got the defense guessing a little bit. They're having to cover a lot of different things. They started off showing exactly what we expected them to with Brady Shepard, and they've had some good looks coming off of that with a little bit of a different look and a different play out of the same look actually.
Right.
2 receivers, 1 right, 1 left. Ball on the near hash. Hand off to Shepard. Yeah. Ball's fumbled.
Yeah.
And recovered by Salisbury.
They was trying to run the option to the right side, and of course the quarterback rides the fullback for a little bit while he makes the read. And whenever the fullback left and the quarterback went to pull it, he just kind of left it out there, and that defensive end had kind of got through, and and the ball was sitting there for him to take, and that's exactly what he did. The defensive end from Salisbury just knocked it to the ground and fell on it.
So change of possession. Salisbury will take over with 8 minutes left in the second quarter of play. They have it just inside their territory at their own 47-yard line. Shotgun formation. High snap. White is hit in the backfield and going to be dragged down for a sack. Nice play by the Louisiana Bulldogs. Hughes is in there. Nick Tula's in there.
I believe Donnell Griffith was the first to get there. He plays that outside linebacker, kind of a monster position, and they fire him a lot from there. And that time it really paid off.
Kelly, what I'd like to see with some of the tackling here is there's a lot of leaving their feet, and they're ending up at the runner's legs instead of just running through the ball carrier.
4 receivers in formation. Single back stands offset to the right. And we've got a timeout taken on the field by Salisbury. We will step aside as well. We're all tied at 8 at Cunningham Field. Back with more on Eagle 102 Sports after this.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Geeky Hillbilly, Twin Pike Family YMCA, and Ackles Farm Market.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
I'm Stacy Martin here in Calhoun with Jordan Coffin. It is 7:46 to go in the second quarter, 6-0 in favor of Calhoun as they are knocking on the door of the Pleasant Hill Wolves red zone territory. Pleasant Hill just got the ball back before this after a turnover on downs on Calhoun. The first play of the drive, Calhoun forced the fumble. They were able to get the possession back, and that put them on the 29-yard line of the Pleasant Hill Wolves. So far, it's been a defensive battle as not much has happened since Calhoun's first opening drive, and they scored the touchdown from the pass converted by Eilerman. Jordan, you got an update for Pittsfield, I think?
Yeah, in Pleasant Plains, it looks like Pittsfield's leading 14-7 now and has the ball near the end zone, driving for potentially another score. One thing hitting on that you mentioned here in this game that it's a defensive battle. Pleasant Hill has done a phenomenal job thus far of kind of keeping Connor Longnecker hemmed in and not letting him get loose. I don't know that he's got more than 1 or 2 yards on any carry he's had so far tonight, so they're doing a great job there.
Yeah, obviously Pleasant Hill is doing a phenomenal job of zoning in on him and keeping track of him. The only really big flaw that Calhoun has had today is they had a wide open chance for a touchdown, and it was dropped by the receiver as Longnecker there just ran for 3 yards. So that's probably his longest run of the night. It's 6-0 in favor of Calhoun with 6:36 to go in the second, and we will send it back to Rodney. This is Eagle 102 game break.
Well, we had a lot of action for this just to be a repeat 2nd and 14. We had a 40-yard pass completed by Salisbury, offsetting penalties, and they're going to try it again. Pass over the middle, caught wide open into the backfield, hit at the 45-yard line, falling forward to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Rodney, they run a trip set out here to the right side of their offense, and the inside receiver just ran a slant right there. Quarterback did a nice job on the pass, and Louisiana had no answer for the coverage on that. I'm sure that they'll make some adjustment on that, but that was too easy.
Austin Cravens with the reception moves the chains inside Louisiana territory. Handoff to White in the backfield. Stutter steps to his left, hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2.
You know, Rodney, I can't tell you how impressed I am with whatever they've done on the right side of that defense for Louisiana, because all the other games before, except for the last half of last week, that play would have went for at least 15 minimum and probably a touchdown.
Absolutely, and they're playing the number 9 ranked, state-ranked Salisbury Panthers here this evening and giving them a game so far. 2nd and 8, ball just inside the Louisiana 40. Handoff to White in the backfield, cuts back to his left, still on his feet, bursts into the backfield, one man to beat, gets to the outside, racing to the pylon, and he's going to be ruled out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, simple little midline power play. Louisiana did a good job initially of plugging up the hole. Running back did an even better job of seeing the hole was plugged up and made a cut to his left and was able to almost put it to pay dirt.
First and goal, they've got it marked at the 2-yard line. Louisiana has their backs against their own goal line. Just under 6 minutes to play, second quarter. Salisbury trying to take their first lead of the night. I formation under center is White. Hard count. Snap back, handoff to the fullback, and he's going to roll.
Have a flag.
Into the end zone, but we have a flag on the play. We'll see what that is. That some kind of a line of scrimmage violation, I would imagine, from where it came from.
It's interesting because the referee that called the touchdown is the one that threw the flag, so I'm wondering if this isn't on Louisiana.
Well, he's picked the flag up. There's been no signal as of yet. Touchdown. I guess they pick up the flag. Whatever it was is not a violation.
Face mask, Rodney.
They did call a face mask against Louisiana, being forced on the kickoff. So Salisbury breaks on top. 14-8, 2-point conversion upcoming.
(21-7), Pittsfield leading, and SQ pick 6 for Bowling Green, 36-7 Bowling Green over Montgomery County.
White's the lone back in the backfield. Rolling out to the near side is Patrick White. Steps back inside. He's going to walk into the end zone. Looked to throw the ball, but nothing there, and just easily walked it into the end zone. It's 16-8. Salisbury on top of Louisiana from Cunningham Field. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, Pogue Chevy Buick dealer in Hannibal, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Well, Salisbury takes their first lead of the evening. They now lead 16-8. Louisiana will be getting it back. Ball's going to be spotted. Should be at the Louisiana 30 or 45-yard line for the kickoff, so you would imagine the Bulldogs will be backed up in their own end. They'll have 5.5 minutes to put together a drive, and you'd like to see them do just that and run some time and hopefully get some points.
I would be surprised if there wasn't an onside kick here.
Be a good spot for it. It's kind of a squid kip down the right side, picked up by Geschwinder. He runs to the right side, has a little bit of room, trying to get to the far side of the field. He's going to be tackled about the 15-yard line.
Yeah. I thought maybe he could have found a lane and cut it up a little quicker, but it's a little different vision down on that field than it is up here on this booth. We have such a better vantage point than the runner does a lot of times.
So Louisiana, it looks like they marked it on the 20, so they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Louisiana is still in this game. It's been a nice competitive half up to this point. You would like to see Louisiana be able to put together a drive and get something in the end zone before the half ended here. Try to tie it up.
5 minutes and 22 seconds. Louisiana has it. 1st and 10. 2 receivers come to the near side. I formation. Handoff to Shepard. Up the middle. Cuts to his right. Still on his feet. Drugged down after a 6-yard gain. And Shepard stays down.
Oh.
That's not good.
No, that's not good. He's been the base of what the defense has had to focus on early in this ball game. And if he can't return, it's going to take a serious tool out of the coaching staff's toolbox on offense.
Well, he's rolling around. We'll see what's going on. He looks like he might have had the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah,
he's holding his stomach. There's a towel or a leg or something that's on the field. Well, he's got both of his legs, so he's okay. He's up, and he'll come to the he'll come to the sideline with a lower body injury.
Yeah,
and I would expect to see him back in after a snap.
Yeah, or two.
Gorilla Monsoon would have called that the solar plexus.
Yeah, something in that region.
Picked up 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3 after the nice play on 1st down. Louisiana's been doing a nice job picking up positive yardage, so they'll have it.
You know, Rodney, you would look for Louisiana to come back to that power off tackle play that they scored the touchdown on that got called back here pretty soon.
Officials wind the clock. Shepard out of the game for the moment. Handoff to the right side. Couldn't see the number of the tailback, but he's going to pick up about 2.
Bryson Chapman.
Yeah,
Chapman.
They haven't had much luck on the right side of the offense from the tackle to the sideline over there. They've had a little more luck over on the left side here, which has not been the case all season until now.
Well, Chapman picked up 2.5. It's 3rd and half a yard. Handoff coming to the near side. Pitzer looks to pitch, doesn't, gets the 1st down. Boy, the pitch was there.
Yeah, the pitch was there
The
again.
pitch was wide open
Yeah.
if he could have got rid of it, but there was incoming defenders, and I think he wanted to secure the ball. He had the 1st down.
Yeah. You know, that's the second time we've seen that. But, you know, the coaches may be telling him, too. There's some coaches that coach the quarterback on the pitch that if anybody's within a yard of you, don't pitch it. So we don't know if that's Pitzer's decision or what he's being told to do.
Chidster splits out wide to the far side, single back to the top of the field. 1st and 10, Louisiana. Handoff on the counter coming to the near side. Griffith cuts it out to the 40, still on his feet to the 45, 50. Driven out of bounds inside Salisbury territory, and there was that play, and another big gain. Louisiana has it 1st and 10 inside the Panthers territory.
They ran it a little different this time. You know, they come off tackle on that left side, but they ran a little counter action in the back. So
here's a strategy decision you want to make for Louisiana. You got a 2-for-1 possession opportunity here. Go down here, score before the half, then you get the ball back after half, because if you remember, they opened with the onside kick.
That's right.
Mark splits to the top of the field. Single back to the near side is Chidster. Handoff Shepard, hit at the line of scrimmage. Looked like they had a face mask, but they didn't throw a flag. Gain of maybe a yard. 3:45.
It's got to be just a matter of time till they run some play action off of that. They're just swarming Shepard so much whenever he's when it looks like he's coming between the tackles. So it's got to be just any time that they run play action off of that.
2 receivers split to the top of the field. Tight end to the near side. Shotgun formation. Pitzer rolls out to his right. Looks to throw. Airs it out to the right side. Has a man in the flat is Griffith. He's driven out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there.
You know, it's interesting how Salisbury's defense is deciding to cover those twins. They're sticking a corner out on the furthest receiver, but on the other twin, they're putting an outside backer halfway between the end of Louisiana's line and that other wide receiver, you would think that there would be something quick that could be developed on a pass there.
How about that blitz pickup there by Brady Shepard?
Yeah, excellent play.
Yeah, he's a headsy player.
Quickly out of the huddle, 2 receivers split to the near side, 1st and 10 Louisiana. Had 2 receivers and only had 1. The pitch is on the ground, fumble recovered by Chapman as Griffith took a break. Had twin receivers to the near side, and you had 1 defender out there.
Right, and that's what I was saying before. That backer is coming. He's only coming halfway between the end of the Louisiana line and that second receiver. I'm sure the Louisiana spotters got to be seeing that and getting ready to develop something for that.
Got a 31-yard touchdown pass. Cinders to Webster. 12-0 Calhoun with 2:16 left in the second quarter. Back to you, Rodney.
2:41 to play after the fumble. They really should wind the clock. I don't know exactly why they don't have the clock running, but they don't. 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to the near side I formation. Ball on the far hash. Pitzer rolls out to pass, throws the ball, has a man open. Caught Shepard at the 30-yard line, still on his feet inside the 25. Going to be very near, but marked down. Well, they do say first down yardage. I'm confused.
I'll say this for that side judge. He is not given an inch more than what they deserve. On either side, he's doing it the same way on both sides, but I don't think I've seen a side judge cut everybody short like that on every play.
1st and 10, Louisiana, 2:15. The clock running here in the second quarter. We got a false start. After the false start, we're going to take a short game break to Calhoun. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by White Insurance Agency, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, and Sudsy Tub.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Stacy Martin down here in Calhoun with a game break. It's 12-0 with 2:02 to go in favor of the Calhoun Warriors. The last possession, Calhoun converted a 31-yard touchdown pass from Snyders to Webster to make it 12-0. Right now, we're currently in a timeout. Pleasant Hill's ball on the Warriors' own 21-yard line. 3rd down and 9 to go. I believe Jordan Pittsfield's up 21-7.
Yes, that is correct. 21-7 late in the second quarter. Here in this game, Stacey, you got to think Calhoun's taking their timeouts, trying to maybe steal another possession before the half, and then also getting the ball coming back out of the half. So,
Absolutely, because Calhoun has returned quite a few punts, decent yardages every time that Pleasant Hill has punted, and it looked like Pleasant Hill just picked up a first down, so they're going to get a new set of downs. Just a quick reminder, it is 12-0 in favor of Calhoun over Pleasant Hill with 1:57 to go here in the first half. Send it back to Rodney for the Louisiana Bulldogs game.
1:43 left to play. Second quarter, Louisiana has the ball. 2nd and 15 after a false start penalty. Trying to put together a drive to close out the first half. Pitzer takes a snap, handoff to Shepard, moves the pile, still moving the pile, still on his feet, drives forward for 5.5 yards. Brady Shepard doing Brady Shepard things.
Yeah, there wasn't much there for him, and he just had to make his own way.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage under center. Pitzer hands off, fakes to the right side, looks to throw the ball, steps up, under pressure, is going to be hit and sacked. He'll be dropped for about a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, I like the idea of the quick set after the second down run, but it just didn't prove much. Didn't get there much. I think they thought something was going to be there. I think if I was calling, I'd have to get those twins back out there and have that inside receiver run something deep and where it's at, because that should be open.
Yeah, make the one defender choose and then throw it to whoever he chooses not to cover.
Right. I don't think where that safety's playing middle of the field, and he is kind of starting that way after the snap, but, some sort of call it a flag on that. There's no way that safety could get over there quick enough to be able to defend that, but we'll see if they dial that up here a little bit later.
It's going to be 4th and 11. Clock is stopped as Salisbury took a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
A reminder that the Bulldogs shirt will be sponsoring the 5th quarter for grade 6 and 12.
So both teams break the huddle. Louisiana obviously leaves their offense on the field. The ball rests at the 26.5-yard line. 1 minute, 11 seconds left. Salisbury on top 16-8 here from Cunningham Field. Shotgun formation for Pitzer. He rolls straight out to pass to the right. Steps into the throw. Ball is into the end zone and incomplete. And it'll be a turnover on downs with just 1:04 left.
Yeah, Salisbury defender done a nice job on defending that pass all the way through. I thought maybe there'd be an intermediate route there, but I don't think that Louisiana sent anything there. It was all or nothing for Louisiana. Looked like kind of a one read for the QB there. So again, the Salisbury defender done a nice job defending that.
Salisbury spreads the formation. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the top of the field. Shotgun formation, under pressure. Ball is thrown into the flat, out of bounds. Louisiana with a good job of putting some pressure that time. Bryson Chapman. He was there, put some pressure on White. White had to throw it away before taking the sack. Stops the clock, 2nd and 10. After the incomplete pass sailed into the Louisiana bench.
Yeah, Bryson's a freshman, and he's got some size to him, has some real good speed, still learning his way around, but looks like he's improving as the season goes on.
We've come under a minute. The same trip formation to the wide side, which is the near side of the field. Single receiver lines up on the Salisbury sideline. Dropping back to pass, White. Nick Tula under pressure, balls aired out down the field to nobody in particular. Louisiana was the closest receiver.
Yeah, I think he was just throwing it away. Louisiana provided some good pressure on that. They had the receiver for Salisbury, one of them ran the slant over here, and it was open again, but there was enough pressure on the quarterback that he could not get to it. So
Kane Mayfield was in the area, was about 5 yards away from that pass as White just aired it out, throwing it away. So it's 3rd and 10, 49 seconds left. Single receiver comes to the near side. White rolls out to the right side, steps up in the pocket, hit, gets by the original line of scrimmage, going to have 1st down yardage and more. He'll be out of bounds on the far side of the field, about 40 the 46 or 7 yard line. We'll see where they mark it.
You know, that is so frustrating for a coach to watch through your defensive players, get on him, at least grab a hold of him before he gets back to the line of scrimmage and just can't bring him to the ground.
Louisiana trying to avoid the scenario they endured last week at North Callaway, where they gave up a drive on the last, or a score on the last drive of the second quarter. 39 seconds left to play here.
You only got
in the
one
second
defender.
quarter.
One defender over here. 2 receivers. Okay.
Snap back. White takes it. Clean pocket, looks to the left, has a man open. 1st down yardage, out of bounds on the far side. It'll move the chains.
Pass complete. Receivers forced out of bounds by Brandon
Salisbury
Jones.
is showing some different pass plays, some different routes that you don't normally see out of small high school. It's well designed out of it. So Louisiana's having to kind of cope on the run with some of these things.
Ball rests at the Louisiana 44-yard line, 1st and 10, 32 ticks left in this one. Receiver comes in motion to the left, another high snap. White fields it, steps up, looks to throw, has a man over the middle. It's tipped, intercepted by Louisiana. Mayfield has it. He's running to the left, to the near side, tries to get the corner. He's to the 50, he's to the 40. One man to beat there. He's going to be drugged down at the 25-yard line. Louisiana has it with 14 seconds left.
There's a flag down, Rodney.
There's a flag. I think it's in the area of holding on Salisbury.
It was before the throw.
Yeah, it was before the throw. Yeah, it's a hold. So it's going to stand.
Interception by Mayfield. And he returns it deep into Salisbury territory. And Louisiana has 14 seconds. They'll have an opportunity to take a couple shots at the end zone here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they dial up, because I know that they would really like to tie this ball game up before the half if they could.
2 timeouts for Louisiana.
2 receivers to the top of the field, shotgun formation. Pitzer drops straight back to pass, airs it out over the middle. This one's going to be nearly intercepted. Incomplete. 9 seconds left. Pass fell incomplete at the 10-yard line, nearly picked by Salisbury.
Yeah, they ran that twin formation over to the right, and this time they honored the second receiver a little more than they have whenever they set up in it earlier in the ball game. Salisbury moved a man a little closer to that inside receiver.
Boy, right here, you just need a quick hitter, and you need your receiver to get down and call a timeout. You know, it's a lot easier to complete a 15-yard pass to the end zone than it is a 30.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And you want to see how far off these corners are playing right now, because if the slant's open or the stop's open, you know you can do exactly that, Corey. Make that pass, make that completion, and get that timeout.
Well, timeout is going to be taken on the field by Louisiana with 9 seconds left. We'll take a quick break as well and wrap up this first half of play after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Ameriprise Financial Advisor Tamara Scherter, Pogue Ford, and W5 Auction Services.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castile's be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
After the break, Louisiana will have it 2nd and 10 from the Salisbury 23-yard line, make it the 28-yard line. Single receiver comes to the near side. That's Marks. Griffith splits out wide, stands in the slot at the 30. Shotgun formation, Pitzer. Drops straight back to pass under pressure, has a man over the middle. Shepard catches it, but he's going to be drugged down.
That's Donnell Griffith. Donnell Griffith on the reception.
Yep, Donnell Griffith on the reception. Timeout taken by Louisiana with 1.2 seconds left. We'll keep it right here. We'll have one more play in this tightly fought first half. Louisiana finds themselves down 16-8.
Yeah, I like the design of that last play, running Donnell across the middle. I think he needed just another half step to break that, probably for another 10 to 15, Corey, don't you think?
Yeah, I think Steve called the timeout with a little bit more time left. It doesn't matter. 2 seconds, 1.2 seconds at this point. You got time for one more play.
Yeah.
Right there as a receiver, and you got a young receiver there. You got to tell him, hey, catch it, get down. Give us an opportunity for one more play.
Well, I think they were trying to use his speed, because it looked like the rest of the receivers ran a deep pattern, hoping to clear out that backfield where Donnell could have possibly scored on it, could he got by that linebacker.
And a nice job by the backer, stuck on coverage of Donnell, who's very fast, and the linebacker was able to wrap him up and make the tackle, or there was a lot of green in front of him. So Louisiana breaks the huddle with head coach Steve Geschwinder on the near sideline. So they'll have one more shot at this.
You got your one-on-one down here at the bottom.
A.J. Geschwinder split to the near side. Under center, Pitzer. They're going to pitch. Now Griffith drops back to throw, dumps it underneath to Shepard, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. We've played 2 periods at Cunningham Field, Louisiana, in a game here at 16-8 Salisbury. We'll send it to the station for the halftime show on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Geeky Hillbilly, Twin Pike Family YMCA, and Ackles Farm Market.
The Eagle 102 Sports Halftime Report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
The Eagle's Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in downtown Louisiana is under new ownership. It's been updated and offers its own unique charm. Our historic venue is perfect for weddings, celebrations, and gatherings. Make your special moments unforgettable. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 Sports Halftime Report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Welcome back to the studio on the Eagle 102 Sports Scoreboard Show. My name is Jim Ross. Let's run down some scores for you. These are either all halftime or near halftime scores. As you just heard, Salisbury leads Louisiana 16-8, and nearly at the half in Bowling Green. Bowling Green is up 49-7 late in the second quarter over Montgomery County. Vanfar leads Wright City 24-14. North Callaway 14-0 over Mark Twain. And a little bit of surprise, Lawson leads Monroe City at half 22-0. Hannibal over Moberly 22-6. Centralia leads South Shelby in what would be an upset 16-0. That at half as well. Clark County at half 22-14 over Palmyra. Macon leads Highland 42-12 late in the second. Troy Buchanan leads Fort Zumwalt West 21-7. And looking at Illinois, Pittsfield leads Pleasant Plains 21-7. Hardin Calhoun leads Pleasant Hill 12-0. Quincy Notre Dame 14-7 over Jacksonville. Camp Point Central 41-0 over Triopia. And those are the scores we have for you at half. We're going to take a quick break and we'll send it back to Stason and Jordan and Hardin to give us a halftime update on that ball game.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, Pogue Chevy Buick dealer in Hannibal, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank, the people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
We are down here at halftime at the Oaken Bucket game. It is currently Calhoun 12, Pleasant Hill Wolves 0. It's been a pace of play about what Jordan, you and I have expected so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Clock's been running a lot. Calhoun did decide to show us that we know absolutely nothing. We talked a lot about it being a ground and pound game, and their 2 scores thus far are on touchdown passes. So they're opening up the arsenal a little bit tonight. That second touchdown they just had was a really good play. Snuck a back out of the backfield on a little wheel route, and Pleasant Hill's DBs just kind of sucked in, and he was all alone on the sideline and was able to get into the end zone.
Well, I was just thinking to myself, he was so far open that you could have thrown a pass to me, and I probably would have caught it. I'm saying probably because I'm not confident, but basically what I'm saying is he was wide open. Like you said, the defensive backs really sucked into the run, and they bid on the play action, and it really paid off for them. Surprisingly, Longnecker really hasn't done a lot. I know we talked about during one of the game breaks that Longnecker has probably had 2 or 3 yards of carry. And then later on, after we left, he got a nice 15, 16-yard run there before that nice touchdown pass. Just to kind of give, before I forget, kind of give some game updates so far. Greenfield is beating Carrollton 14-13. Pittsfield's up 21-7 over Pleasant Plains. Pittsfield's kind of in a win-out scenario to potentially get to the playoffs. West Central is up 30-0 over North Green. Camp Point is up 41-0 over Triopia. There's just some games on the Illinois side that Jordan and I are kind of keeping track of. All those teams, I believe, are in this same conference that Calhoun and Pleasant Hill is in, to kind of give an update of what's kind of going on in the area. There's about 2:20 to go here in the half, and it should be Calhoun's ball coming out of the break. So that's a halftime show here from Calhoun. I'm Stacey Martin here with Jordan Coffin, and we're going to send it back to Jim in the studio.
Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate that update, and we'll try and keep everyone posted on that game as we move along. Right now, why don't we send it back to Louisiana and let the guys at Louisiana give us their halftime report.
Thank you, Jim. Halftime underway. The Louisiana High School Band just put on a nice performance. Score here is 16-8. Salisbury on top of the Bulldogs by 8 points. Scoring, Louisiana with the opening kickoff, kicked the onside kick, recovered it at the 44-yard line, took it the length of the field, all 44 yards of it, and scored. They broke on top 8-0. A 6-yard Shepherd, or a 1-yard run by Shepherd with the ensuing 2-point conversion good as well. That was at 6:14 of the first quarter. Salisbury ties it up. A 25-yard pass from White, or 25-yard run from White with 1:33 to play in the first quarter. That knotted the score at 8-8. 2-point conversion. A pass was also good. Then there was some excitement. We had some Louisiana kicks or fumbled the kickoff. Salisbury recovers it. However, Salisbury couldn't do anything with it. Louisiana got it back on a turnover of downs. Then they fumbled. Salisbury gets it back, and they take it from their own 42-yard line. They scored with 5:31 left in the second quarter of play. 2-point conversion good. That set the score at 8-16. Louisiana got the ball back with about 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. They didn't score, but they were able to run all but about 1:08 left of that clock off. They moved the ball downfield. They did turn it over on downs. Salisbury gets it back. Louisiana gets it back with an interception, prevents the late score that plagued them last week, and the clock expires. But overall, quite a bit to be encouraged about in that first half of play.
Yeah, they is very competitive, and it's I think one of the things that's there, not to discount anything that's happened so far, but Salisbury has made some mistakes in this game, about as many as Louisiana has. And it's kind of helped to keep Louisiana in the ball game. Now, this second half may be the story of who is going to make the fewest mistakes, may determine the winner of this football game. Louisiana defense has got to figure out something to do with Salisbury's quarterback whenever he drops back and doesn't see anybody. They haven't been able to contain him on the scramble very well. He's a pretty good runner, has pretty good vision, is able to break a tackle or two also off the first hit or two. So Louisiana's going to have to dial up something on defense to be able to get that answered.
I would expect Salisbury, if I were in the booth looking at they had success when they emptied the backfield or put 4 men or even 5 in the pass routes, they had a lot of success. It spread Louisiana out a little bit. It neutralized the good play that their defensive line and linebackers, when they were shooting, it kind of neutralized that, and it did let White, their quarterback, kind of operate in space a little bit. And if he didn't see anybody to throw it to, he was able to pick something up on his own with his 2 feet. So be curious to see. They ran a lot of that there when they were trying to score as time was running out. We'll be curious to see if they put some of those looks in just as a part of their normal offense here going into the second half.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing Louisiana did whenever Salisbury gave them that look on offense, they were sending some heat. They sent Donnell Griffith a couple times off the edges, and fairly successful. They've got to tell those edge rushers, hey, if you're in, you go in hard and fast, but you have to be controlled enough to be able to make the tackle should that quarterback step up or take off. You just have to, or you take yourself out of the play, and the quarterback's able to do what he's did to Louisiana tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break here on the halftime report from Cunningham Field. We'll be back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
This is KJFF.
Two Scoops Ice Cream in Bowling Green is home of the best hand-dipped ice cream and Dole soft serve. I'm Olivia Gregory, and at Two Scoops, we are making ice cream fun again. Choose from one of our specialty items or create your own. Don't want to leave your house but want ice cream? Just go to our website, twoscoopsbowlinggreen.com, and DoorDash will bring the joy right to you. Birthday parties are a blast at Two Scoops. Two Scoops Ice Cream, Business 61 South in Bowling Green, because 2 scoops are always better than 1.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athletes. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
We are at the half at Cunningham Field. The score at the half, 16-8 in favor of Salisbury. Clock is winding down. We've got about 2 minutes and 48 seconds left before the game resumes. They could put the bonus 3 minutes on that they typically do at the half to let the teams warm up. But we'll keep it here and discuss this one.
Yeah, Rodney, I want to talk a little bit about, football isn't the only fall sport that's going on here at Louisiana. The girls softball team is having possibly their best season ever. I was just talking to athletic director Matt Chance here in Louisiana, and the girls are currently 13-8. They wrap up the season. Matt Cannon at Louisiana. The girls wrap up the regular season at Canton. There's a lot of C's going on here. At Canton, 13-8 record, and then they start districts on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. I believe that's the Is that the 17th? Yes, October 17th. And the districts are going to be at Montgomery. They play Herman in the first round at 7 p.m. Sounds like the softball team's going to end up in third place in the conference, which is very, very good turnaround for the girls. And they're going to be ranked third in the district with a couple of state powerhouses in their district.
We want to thank everybody for joining the Eagle 102 Sports team this evening. I'm Rodney Dobert alongside Kelly Henderson and Corey Radford. We are at Cunningham Field, where Louisiana and Salisbury involved in a 16-8 tilt. We've also got the guys, Mark and Chris, at Bowling Green. That game is 1:20 left in the half, 56-7 Bowling Green. They're streaming that on KJFM or Eagle102.com or whatever the website address is. And, of course, we've also got Stacey Martin and Jordan Cawthorn over at the Oak and Bucket game in Calhoun. So we're bringing it to you from the Twin Pike area here this evening, and looking forward to bringing you the second half here. We've also got Jim Ross at the barn running the ship as well, keeping track of not just our games but other games in the area. So we're going to take a break here before we get underway in the third quarter. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by White Insurance Agency, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, and Sudsy Tub.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
We got a quick game breakdown here at Calhoun. Calhoun received the kickoff after the halftime, and they reined it back a 78-yard kick return down to Pleasant Hills 1. And Connor Longnecker was able to run it in for a 1-yard touchdown to make it 18-0. And we're currently with 9:49 to go here in the third quarter. Pleasant Hill has the ball on their own 35, 1st and 10, trying to make a run, and they got to pick a pass wide open. Is wide on the right-hand side, and he's going to be a flag. But just to give a recap, it's 18-0, 9:35 to go here. And the third quarter, this is an Eagle 102 game break.
Now let's send it back to Rodney. We'll give you a quick update from Bowling Green. However, at halftime, Bowling Green leads Montgomery County 56-7. Back to Louisiana.
Thank you, Jim. And we are just fast approaching the kickoff here. Both teams are on their respective sideline. Louisiana will get the ball to begin play here in the third quarter. So they'll try and duplicate their opening drive of the first half and try and get this ball, march it down the field, and tie this ball game up.
Yeah, pretty important drive on this first one here to try to go back and stay in this ball game. They sure don't need a turnover or anything early here. They need to be able to sustain something. You know, whenever we go back to Stace and hopefully have a little time to give us a little brief history and the update on what that Oaken Bucket game actually consists of, and maybe he might be able to give us a little history on it. I have some interest in it. I think I've heard it a time or two before, but it's been so long I forgot it.
You're playing for a trophy. It's got to be worth something if you're playing for a trophy. Well, we are set to kick things off here. Salisbury has teed it up on the 40-yard line. Louisiana will receive it. Griffith, he takes it at the 17-yard line, cuts to his left to the 25, hit there, still on his feet. Ball's loose. We're going to see who has it. I think Louisiana's come away with it. It's joint possession that Louisiana's not letting go, and they have the ball.
Louisiana has it. That's second time on a kick return that they put the ball on the ground. They've got to take care of that ball.
Well, they dodged the bullet there. So they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Just underway, third quarter of play. Louisiana has the ball, trailing by 8, 16-8, against the 9th-ranked Salisbury Panthers. As we mentioned, an important first drive, an important drive for Louisiana to continue executing. I liked a lot of the plays. Kelly, you mentioned they've put some new wrinkles in their offense that we haven't seen this year, and I like them.
Yeah, I do too. I think they've been successful, and they've done something that they haven't been able to, the other team hadn't been able to scout.
Chitzer splits to the near side, I formation, handoff Shepard up the middle, across the 30, still fighting for yardage. He'll cross the 30. We got some late flags coming in, raining down from all over the field. 3 flags have come in. We'll see what this is all about.
I think Ben Nictula got a late hit.
And it's going to be a personal foul against the Bulldogs. There was some action downfield. Nictula was, I thought, finishing a block, but they're going to say he might have instigated the block that he finished a little bit after the whistle. So that negates a 4-yard carry on first down. Going to back Louisiana up behind the chains.
Those are just the type of thing that you just can't do if you're going to stay in this ball game. You know, they put the ball on the ground on the kickoff, got lucky, got it back. Turn around, first play from scrimmage, you get a personal foul. You just can't have those things and win ball games.
Well, and that was after the play, so it's second in the bunch, second and about 25. Coming to the right, running the option to the near side, pitch to the corner. Nothing there as Griffith's run out of bounds on the 25-yard line. Might have picked up 1.
Yeah. Outside backer for Salisbury done a great job. He not only took the quarterback but also took the pitch man, and it was just such a slow pitch that he was able to play both.
Well, 3rd and 20. Well, the scoreboard says 1st and 20, but it's 3rd and 20 on the sideline. So single receiver splits to the top of the field. One to the near side as well. I formation. Hard count. False start against Louisiana, so they continue to go backwards. We talked about the negative plays, and this is...
Yeah, it wasn't much at left tackle for Louisiana. Just flinched just enough to get the call. It was small. I thought they might let it go, but they did not. So
3rd and 25. So after the personal foul penalty, Louisiana's marched backwards about 20 yards.
Yeah. You just can't come out and make those types of mistakes and expect to win ball games.
Ball rests on the near hash. Louisiana moves from our left to the right. Handoff up the middle. I believe Shepard with the carry, he's going to gain a yard or 2, crosses the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and a bunch. Louisiana will have to kick it away, and Salisbury's going to get good field position out of this, and Louisiana did not check the box they needed to check on that first offensive possession.
No, by no means. I'm a little surprised that in that series that we didn't see that power off tackle that they scored the touchdown on earlier and got it called back for holding. I just thought that they'd go back to that well a couple more times.
Return man stands at the Louisiana 45. Kick is a high end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce, take a Louisiana roll. It crosses the 40 to the 45 to the 46-yard line and picked up and down there. And Salisbury will have pretty good position, but all in all, up against your own end zone, not a bad punt.
No, it worked out. Got a Louisiana roll. So it came out. We'll see if now the defense can go out and play and not have the miscues that the offense did on this first defensive series for Louisiana.
So North Callaway sets up. They'll have Bender split to the near side. I formation is White's going to slide under center. 1st and 10 Panthers. Handoff to the tailback, White in the backfield. Stutter step, still on his feet, breaks into the backfield, going to gain about 9 yards.
You know, not the initial hole that he wanted to go through. Had a power over on this left side. Louisiana's defensive linebackers did a pretty good job of stuffing it up. Tailback saw it, stopped up, and made the cutback. And Louisiana's been susceptible to that all year.
Receiver splits to the near side. That's Harmon. Offset I formation. Man comes in motion as Bender. Pitch to the right side. White cuts it back up. Has first down yardage and more into the backfield. No contact at the line of scrimmage there. Those two plays went for big yards. First down, ball will be spotted inside the Louisiana 30.
You know, again, we set perimeter. Louisiana sets perimeter out there on that side. Cuts the back inside, has to go back inside, and we have no fill to be able to do that. No help from the inside.
First and 10, Salisbury marching. Bender comes in motion, pitch to White. Stutter steps the man in the backfield. Nice job that time. Going to be no gain. Might even lose a yard. Nowhere to go on that one.
You know, defensive coach sent a couple linebackers over there and happened to, on the outside, and happened to send them to the right spot that time. So it's nice to be able to, you know, whenever you stun, it's a gamble because you can stunt right away from something. But that was right on that one.
2nd and 11. Bender splits to the near side. Ball rests in the middle of the field at the 30-yard line of Louisiana. White drops back to pass. Under pressure, rolling out to his right. He gets the ball away, but that should be intentional grounding. It didn't get anywhere near a receiver.
Or the line
of scrimmage.
Or the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like they have dropped some laundry at the 45-yard line. There was no one out there.
Yeah, he wasn't outside the tackle, what they call the tackle box.
Well, the officials standing back where the ball was released from. We're going to see what they do. There appears to be some confusion amongst the officials.
I was hanging on his back.
Now we've got a flag. Intentional grounding.
Yeah.
The suspense was deafening.
Yeah. They had to deliberate it. I think I've seen some rulings come out of the Supreme Court that's a little quicker than that, but.
So the penalty is going to be a loss of down. It'll be 3rd and over 20, about 24 or 5 yard lines. Yards.
Yeah.
Pace has ground to a bit of a halt. So here's your chance, Louisiana, to get off the field. Salisbury comes out with trip receivers to the near side, single receivers to the top of the field, which is a short side of the field. Offset back, White in the shotgun. Drops straight back to pass, under pressure, dumps it out to the right side. They got a little screen set up on the far sideline to the 40, still on his feet. Inside, first down yardage, still rumbling inside the 10, and they're going to score a touchdown on 4th and 25, 3rd and 25. Touchdown from 45 yards.
Yeah. Pretty well designed play. Quarterback kind of looked to his left and had a screen set up to the right. A couple of the linemen were moving over lateral toward that receiver through the hitch, and got those linemen out and was able to level Louisiana's defensive backs, and there just wasn't anything there for that running back to have to maneuver after that.
Big opportunity lost for Louisiana. 2-point conversion forthcoming. Quarterback keeps it. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, but just drags everybody into the end zone.
Yeah.
So here with 7:42 left in the third quarter, Salisbury on top 24-8. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Ameriprise Financial Advisor Tamara Scherter, Pogue Ford, and W5 Auction Services.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Just another quick game update down here at Calhoun. It's 18-0 still with 3:08 to go in the third quarter. Pleasant Hill was knocking on the door of Calhoun's 4-yard line on fourth down, and Calhoun stopped them. So Calhoun will take over on their own 4-yard line, looking to go 96 yards for a touchdown. Got some scores to pass along as well. Greenfield 22, Carrollton 19, Pittsfield 28, Pleasant Plains 14, West Central 30, North Green 8, and Camp Point is up 49-0 over Tri-Opia. Another quick tidbit about this game. It's been kind of slow besides the opening kickoff and the quick score. Pleasant Hill did run a roughly 9 minutes off the clock on their drive. And Calhoun is about to take over on their own 4-yard line. That's a Eagle 102 game break.
Thank you, Station. A nice return for Louisiana. They have the ball 1st and 10, ball resting just on the midfield stripe. Important drive here to keep this one in sight. Shepard with the handoff. He rumbles forward for about 4 yards. Positive play.
Yeah. Shepard doing what he does. You know, even if the blocking's not there, he is so sudden and quick. He can find the crease and be able to at least get 2 to 4 about every time. You know, Louisiana at the half, right at the beginning of the third quarter, come out and just a nightmare scenario. Wasn't able to hold on to the ball and turned it back over and let Salisbury score.
3 receivers in formation, 2 to the near side. Handoff Shepard up the middle. Gets at the first down marker. I believe they're going to gain about 7, so that's going to be a first down. The chains will move. Ball inside the 40-yard line. They'll spot it at the 39. First 10 Louisiana. Brady Shepard.
Yep, option to the left side. Joe Pitzer, quarterback, made a nice read. Let Brady have it. Wasn't anybody in the hole, so it was a nice read, nice play.
And Louisiana can put a little salve on the wound of their start to this third quarter if they can take this the length of the field and get some points out of it. Handoff Shepard once again. He's across the 40 to the 36-yard line. Going to give him forward progress to the 35. Gain of 4 on first down. Positive play.
Sheer will by Brady Shepard again. He got hit at the line of scrimmage and was able to break it and grab the other 4 or 5 yards on his own.
You got to get a little creative now. You've handed it to Brady up the middle, and it's working. 4 yards a pop.
Yeah, I don't know that I quit until they stop it a time or two.
2nd and 6. 2 receivers split here to the near side. Ball resting in the middle of the field. I formation. Pitzer under center. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. Still on his feet, running across the 30-yard line. Forward progress is going to be marked down on the 30, just shy of first down yardage. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, nice recognition. Salisbury doesn't have anything over the center right now. The middle linebackers are split, so he probably has the free will to go up and make the tap and sneak it right up the middle.
Is that a tap, Rodney, as a former center, or is that a goose?
Nope, it's a tap. Don't know what it is now, but at that time it was a right cheek tap. 3rd and half a yard. Under center. Pitzer hands off to Shepard. He gets the first down, still on his feet, fighting for yardage inside the 30. They'll mark him down at about the 22-yard line, or 27-yard line, and the chains will move once again, rolling along here. 4:49 to play in the third quarter. Salisbury has scored here in the third quarter. They lead 24-8. Louisiana has the ball with a nice drive, started at midfield.
I sure like what Louisiana's calling on this drive. Everything's been in between the tackles, and they've been able to move the ball and sustain the drive.
They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Single receiver is Marks. He comes to the near side. Top of the field has one receiver as well. Handoff this time to Griffith. He cuts across the 25-yard line. Another nice gain. They're going to mark him down at about the 24. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I think so. I was a little concerned whenever I saw it play developing on the counter. It looked like that it just wasn't clean or very crisp on the handoff, and it was taking too long to develop in the backfield. But Griffith was able to find a little hole on that counter and be able to get some decent yardage.
2nd and 7. We're going to say a 3-yard gain for Griffith on 1st down. Chister splits to the top of the field, wide to the left. Pitzer under center, hands off to Shepard, and they were bringing their backers. You could see them. You could see them coming.
They sent the house that time in the middle, so they said, "Okay, we're not going to allow you to do that anymore."
Salisbury smothered Shepard.
Oh no!
And there you have it.
Yeah. At least we're not playing the pretzels.
They get pretty salty.
Yeah.
Well, Louisiana has staked Salisbury to a 24-8 lead.
No.
3rd and 7. 3rd and 6. They're going to say Shepard did gain a yard. Marks split to the wide side to the right. Under center, Pitzer. Handoff. Shepard bounce it out to the left side. He crosses the 20. They're going to be short of the 1st down. Going to be about 4th and 3. Short yardage coming. Kind of a long 3, short 4.
We'll see if Salisbury wants to send their backers again on this. I think that I would if I was them.
That's been Salisbury's gravy so far.
Pitzer bends under center. Takes the snap. Handoff fake, looks to throw, looks to the right, has room in front of him to the 20. 1st down yardage inside the 15. The chains will move. Nice job by Pitzer.
Yeah, nice play call. That Salisbury did have a defender there, and he was pretty high, and Pitzer was able to avoid the tackle, even though the Salisbury defender got his hands on him and get the 1st down. Nice effort by Pitzer on that play.
1st and 10, Louisiana. Ball resting at the Salisbury 13-yard line, 1:43 and counting left in this 3rd quarter of play. Louisiana tries to get back to within 1 score. Marks to the near side, single receiver to the top of the field. I formation, another quarterback sneak. Pitzer fighting for yardage. Not going to get much, maybe down to the 11-yard line.
No, and I watched that happen. I watched the other defensive tackle kick the nose guard back over on the guard to the right side, and Pitzer recognized that quickly. I think he was even in his count and went on and done the sneak. I actually thought that would be a little better than what the result was. They only wound up with, a yard and a half, and I really thought there'd be 3 to 4 there.
We've come under 1 minute to play, 3rd quarter. Louisiana driving, has it 2nd and 9. Ball at the Salisbury 11-yard line. I formation. Pitzer under center with 2 tight ends and a single receiver to the top of the field. Pitch to Shepard, looking to get to the outside. Tries to turn the corner. He's at the 10, still on his feet. Just nudged out of bounds before making the turn, but he got about 7 on the play, maybe 6. It'll be 3rd down and 3 out of bounds. The clock will stop, so the clock's still running with 21 seconds to play.
Yeah, Donnell Griffith playing tail tonight. He usually doesn't get the start there, but the starter's hurt, and he's got some exceptional speed.
10 seconds to play. Does the clock not stop when you go out of bounds? I guess it doesn't. Louisiana looks to pass. Pitcher's going to be drugged down for a huge loss in the sack as time runs out in the third quarter. Tough play there, big negative yardage play. It'll be 4th and about 13 when we come back after this break on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Geeky Hillbilly, Twin Pike Family YMCA, and Ackles Farm Market.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Well, as they walk to the other end of the field here, Louisiana's going to have a 4th and a bunch. They were 3rd and 5, maybe 4.5. They'll put the ball down about the 15-yard line. So 4th down, Louisiana needs to manufacture something. We're going to call it 4th and 12.
Yeah, it'd been nice whenever a pitcher was rolling out there if he had have just thrown that thing away or something, and not put him in such a hole there. But it's easy to say that sitting up here looking. It's not always as easy down on the field doing it.
Well, he was trying to get by that defender in the backfield, which he did to convert the 4th down earlier.
That's right.
And, that was still fresh in his mind. So here they go. Louisiana comes out of the huddle. Single receiver to the near side, 2 tight ends, I formation. Pitcher hands off to Griffith in the backfield. He's going to be dropped at the 14-yard line, and it'll be a turnover on downs just underway in the 4th quarter. So Salisbury will get it back with a 24-8 lead.
Salisbury takes over on down.
Louisiana's going to need to get a turnover or get a quick 3 and out here because, as they say, it's getting late early.
That was a bit of an interesting call.
Yeah.
So Salisbury will have it 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. We're going to send it to Calhoun for an update on the Oak and Bucket game.
Sorry about that. Guys, currently 4th quarter, 18-0, 9-11 left in the 4th. And Jordan, this game has kind of gotten sloppy late. The last 3 possessions have resulted in a fumble, and the other team has taken possession.
Yeah, it's just been punt, fumble, fumble, fumble. So let's hopefully see if Pleasant Hill can maybe put together a drive here and try and make this one interesting and see what happens from there.
So Pleasant Hill currently has the ball on their own 17. Pleasant Hill returned the punt on what I thought let it go, and you're going to get it on the 20. But they decided to take it instead and run it. So they will start from their own 17, like I said, and is 18-0 in favor of the Calhoun Warriors. 9:05 to go. That is a Eagle 102 game break.
Thank you, Stason. Louisiana forces the fumble on the first play from scrimmage of the 4th quarter. They fall on the ball, had it 1st and 10 at the 14, and then commit the infraction. So they back it up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15.
Yeah, the little unusual kind of at this level this late in the season, just a bad center quarterback exchange on the snap for Salisbury to cause the fumble. But, as we know, it's always the center's fault whenever that happens.
I've never heard such a thing. So Louisiana looks to capitalize. 1st and 15, ball on the near hash. Pitzer under center. Quarterback sneak.
Oh.
Nice gain of about 5. Almost broke that into the defensive backfield.
Yeah. The Salisbury defense is just they're just winged out on both sides and leaving that middle wide open. Salisbury acts like they're scared of Louisiana busting the perimeter, and that defense are setting up. And that middle is there to be had.
Pitzer got 4, so it'll be 2nd and 11. Ball at the 15. 2 receivers come to the near side, short side of the field. Gap is still there. Pitzer's going to do it again.
Yeah.
Backers come in and close the hole, only a gain of about 2 or 3.
So even though they're lining wide, looks like that nose is kicking over on the guard, but he's slanting in toward the A gap whenever he's coming. So
that's going to set up a 3rd and 9. 2 receivers come to the near side once again. Ball on the left hash. Pitzer looks to run the option to Griffith to the left side, cuts back inside the 15, gets down to near the 12-yard line. Donnell Griffith picks up 2 or 3. They're picking up a few yards, but they need a few more. It's going to be 4th and 7 now. Ball at the 12-yard line. Yard to gain is the 5. 4th down. Louisiana trying to capitalize on the Salisbury miscue. Mark splits to the top of the field to the wide side. 2 tight ends and an I formation for Pitzer. Under center. Backers crash. He rolls out, looks to pass. Yeah. He's going to be hit and dropped. He gets it away. That's a backwards pass. They've ruled it incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs. Could have been much worse as Salisbury, a defender, had picked it up and was heading upfield with no one to tackle him, but they have ruled it incomplete.
Yep, Salisbury sent some backers on their defensive call there and was successful. Just sent way more than what Louisiana could block, and they got there quickly.
I want to go back to the third down play, the option. I don't like the option being run to the short side of the field. I wish they would have ran it off right. Had a little bit more room for
yeah, and I'm not sure why they haven't went back to that power off tackle that they had some success with early.
White under center has a man in motion across the formation. Pitch to White. He takes it in the backfield. Runs through an arm tackle, gets across the 15. He'll be marked down at about the 17-yard line. Gain of, call it 5. Got some arms on him, but you're not going to tackle him.
No.
Patting him on the shoulder pad as he goes by. Gain of about 6, 2nd and 4. Offset eye to the right. Man in motion as Bender comes across the formation to his left. Pitch to White coming to the near side of the field. Louisiana stretches it out. They get some mitts on him about the 20. He falls forward to about the 23-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, as you said, Louisiana's getting defenders in early. They just can't seem to make the tackle. I see a lot of feet. Their feet are stopping, and they're reaching out and grabbing rather than just tackling through the ball carrier.
1st and 10, handoff. White comes to the near side, off tackle left. Hit and drop there after a short gain. Gain of about 3. Got a man down, man that made the play for Louisiana. Elon King looks like he might have a cramp. They're working on his hamstring, so it'll be 2nd and 6. They're going to call it a gain of 4.
Yeah, just Salisbury just run a little off tackle play right there, and the blocking was good enough for him to be able to get some positive yards. Louisiana's defense did do well to rally to hold him to 4 yards.
Got contact at the line of scrimmage. Got him drugged down after the 4-yard gain. Going to need to do a little better than that, as they tend to. I'm pretty sure that's King on the ground. Looks like he's working on a cramp. He's up. He'll come to the sideline. Those cramps are tough. Once you start getting them, it's just tough to completely feel like it's gone, even though you don't feel it, because it can come back at a moment's notice.
Yeah. And it's hard to convince some of these young men that they need to be drinking a lot more water than what they do.
So after the injury timeout, they get Elon off the field. He'll drink some water on the sideline, try and stretch out his calf. And they wind the clock. 2nd and 6 after the timeout. 8 minutes, 52 seconds left in this ball game. 24-8 is the score. Salisbury on top. Pitch to White, running to the far side of the field. Looks to turn it up. He's hit and drugged down at the 30-yard line. Not much there, maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and about 4.5.
You know, Salisbury's offense, it looks like they've kind of started set up in a double tight with a wing here and just going to play power football. I believe they feel like that they can get enough yards on 3 downs to be able to get first down. I say that, now they go split.
Well, in any formation, but certainly in that formation, it just comes down to your defensive linemen winning the battle at the line of scrimmage and getting into the backfield because they've got some numbers. White rolls out to pass, being chased. Ball is caught in the flat at the 25-yard line. 30-35, hit there, fighting for yardage, driven out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Salisbury quarterback done a nice job. It was a little boot back off to his right, and his deep pattern was covered, and there was an intermediate route in between, and the Salisbury quarterback did a real nice job of finding that receiver on that intermediate route and being able to hit the pass.
1st and 10. Chains are moved. The ball at the 37-yard line. Their own 37-yard line, the Panthers have the ball in the 24-8 lead. 7.5 minutes left in this one. False start this time by the Panthers. Well, as they mark off the penalty, we're going to take a Eagle 102 game break to the Oak and Bucket game. Stason, take it away.
Thank you very much, Rodney. Currently, it's 5:13 left in the fourth quarter. Calhoun is up 25-0 over the Pleasant Hill Wolves. The last drive involved Longnecker with a 21-yard run that set up a Longnecker 4-yard touchdown score. To give a score recap, Carrollton is leading 26-22 over Greenfield. Pittsfield is up 35-14, and West Central is leading 46-8. And what we thought was a fumble on the field by Pleasant Hill is going to be an incomplete pass, so that is a break for them. Just to repeat myself, 25-0 in favor of the Calhoun Warriors with 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. That's an Eagle 102 game break.
Thank you, Stason. And in the interim, Salisbury fumbles the ball again. Louisiana picks it up, and they have it 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd and about 7 after Brady Shepard picks up 2 or 3 on first down, running just off of his guard to the left side, picked up about 2.5. So,
you know, Brady Shepard's not a big package, but he's a powerful package. He got met by 2 defensive linemen at the line of scrimmage, and he just bulled them back for 3 more yards.
Well, Louisiana once again has the ball deep in Salisbury territory. They'll split 2 receivers to the top of the field, single receiver to the near side. Griffith splits out. Shotgun formation, Pitzer. Handoff fakes, runs to his left, gets to the 25, still on his feet inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Gain maybe 2 on the play. 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Little RPO. I'm not sure Pitzer's not a little banged up. No, I guess he's going to be okay. He's getting the play from the coach.
Had to readjust the jersey on his shoulder pad there. Contact with the ground. Took the shirt right off of his back. He's back in the huddle now with 24 on the play clock. Clock winding down. 3rd and 7. Mark splits to the top of the field. Single receiver to the near side is Chidster. Under center is Pitzer. Handoff now kept, looking to run the option. Had the pitch there, couldn't get it away. Fighting for yardage inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down there, so it'll be 4th and somewhat manageable, about 3.
You know, that was a little odd. After he rode the fullback there and then pulled it, you know, he tucked the ball and he took the pitch option away from himself. I'm not sure if that was designed that way. I hardly ever see him design it that way, but it was just a little odd the way that he went after he pulled the ball from the fullback there.
Pitzer's a little bit dinged. He comes to the sideline to get the play. A little bit of a limp, but he jogs back out under his own power. 15 on the play clock as he gets to the huddle. Louisiana's going to have to hurry here with 10. We're under the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter with 7. I think Louisiana's going to have to take a timeout here. They quickly to the line of scrimmage, and they do take a timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside for a break as well. Back with the conclusion of this one on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, Pogue Chevy Buick dealer in Hannibal, and Lynn's Heritage House. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your ultimate destination for all things meat. Conveniently located just off Highway 61 in Silex. From succulent frozen chicken to mouthwatering steaks, zesty brats to juicy burgers, Brown's has got your cravings covered. Indulge in their homemade brats bursting with unique flavors like blueberry maple, pineapple, mac and cheese, Cajun, and more. Don't settle for ordinary meals when you can turn every bite into a celebration of flavor. Swing by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, where quality meets service.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Well, after the timeout, there's 4:45 left. Time is getting short in this one. Louisiana needs to convert this 4th and 4, and they need to convert this drive into points if they want to battle their way back into this one. So the huddles are broken. Louisiana will operate from the 19-yard line of Salisbury. 2 receivers split to the near side, single receiver top of the field, shotgun formation. Pitzer stands 5 steps behind. And we've got another timeout, this one taken by Salisbury. So we'll step aside for another short break after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by White Insurance Agency, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, and Sudsy Tub.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
So once again, Louisiana will break the huddle after a timeout with a 4th and 3.5, short 4, long 3. They'll have the 2 receivers split to the near side, ball on the right hash. Griffith lines up in the slot to the right. Shepard and Griffith comes in motion. Shepard to the left of Pitzer. Pitzer looks to throw, finds a man off the fingertips of Shepard, or off the fingertips of Griffith, incomplete. So turnover on downs gives it back to Salisbury.
Yeah, you know, another new play design that we hadn't seen yet this year. I like what they tried to do. You know, Salisbury defended it well, covered it well. And with a lot of times with new plays, you haven't run them very much, and it looked like Louisiana was just a bit out of sync on that. Not too much, just a bit.
Well, this game has become a bit disjointed. The last 5 possessions went turnover on downs, fumble, turnover on downs, fumble, turnover on downs. Now Salisbury has it back. 3 backs in the backfield, handoff to White. He angles to the right side, got hit there and driven back, hit about the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down there, a gain of 5 on first down, and Salisbury certainly now looking to move the chains and run the clock and get this win in the books for them and go to 6-1 on the season.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Salisbury turned the ball over a couple times here early in this half, and if Louisiana could have capitalized at all, they would be in this ball game right now.
Absolutely. Kind of a power eye look as they let the play clock run. 22 on the play clock. Game clock is right at the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Salisbury's not going to burn any. They're going to burn as much time as they can. Takes the snap, handoff to White again, angling to the left side. Stretches it out, first down yardage up the far sideline, driven out of bounds about the 35.
Yeah, there Salisbury ran a little off tackle off the left side, Louisiana defensive right. And kind of the first time tonight that Louisiana hasn't been able to pinch that play down, or at least make him cut back in a little harder. But Louisiana overall has done much better on setting perimeters tonight, being able to squeeze that down.
And take a minute here and remind everybody Louisiana will be playing Thursday night at Mark Twain, not Friday, due to a referee shortage. And Louisiana softball girls will start district play in Montgomery City against Herman Thursday night at 7 p.m. as well.
Clock approaches the 3-minute mark. They'll hand off to White in the backfield. Donnell Griffith there for the stop, hits him at the line of scrimmage. White falls forward for a yard and a half. It'll be second and call it 8. Another 40 seconds on the play clock, so they're going to get this one down to nearly 2 minutes before they have to snap it again.
There were opportunities tonight, fellas.
There was, and looks like Louisiana going to come up a bit short, but certainly some signs of progress. And you know, they've played better. They took a pretty tough team into the fourth quarter. Handoff to White to the left. He's hit and thrown forward. The forward progress is going to be across the 45 to the 46. That will move the chains once again. They wind the clock with 2:15 to play in this one.
You know, and Louisiana has, that I count, at least 3 freshman starters on defense right now, too. So that may bode a little bit well for their future in the coming years.
Timeout on the field, taken by Louisiana. We will step aside for a break on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Ameriprise Financial Advisor Tamara Scherder, Pogue Ford, and W5 Auction Services.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
After the timeout, 1st and 10 Salisbury. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left on the game clock. Power I formation, handoff to White running to his left. Hit at the line of scrimmage. He breaks free, falls forward to the 50, crosses the midfield stripe. Going to end up gaining about 6 yards on the play, most of that after contact.
Yeah, the same play as the last play. Salisbury ran just an off tackle inside, and Louisiana's not able to squeeze it down to the line of scrimmage. Backers are having to catch him after he's already 2-3 yards down the field.
It's like we got a final from Calhoun with the old Oaken bucket. Looks like Calhoun's taking that home 32-0.
We'll have a post-game wrap from Calhoun as well as one from here as this game concludes. White takes the snap, running to his left. First down, yardage and more. He's into the backfield. Going to be drugged down by a couple of tacklers at about the 25-yard line.
He ran hard. He drug Pitzer 10 yards, hanging on him for the tackle there. So that White has some power when he gets going.
timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here and get this one in the books. So Louisiana going to go to 0-7, but the last 2 weeks against two pretty stout teams, both of them with one loss, Kelly, certainly I think we've seen some good things. Obviously, tonight they had the opportunity with the two fumbles deep in Salisbury territory that they weren't able to push into the end zone, either one of them, or it might be a different outcome. But certainly some things, both offensively and defensively tonight, that they've worked on and made some adjustments. And
in Corey's keys to the game, it's playing a cleaner game, and are they a little cleaner than they were at the first of the season? Yeah, a hair, but they're still not clean enough to be able to, to win ball games against, decent football teams. As many mistakes as they're making.
The first halves have been much cleaner the last 2 weeks, and second half not so much. Looks like the victory formation. Well, I don't know what happened there. They've respotted the ball. The game clock's running with 55 seconds to play. It gets under 40. They'll have to snap it one more time, take a knee, and this one will be in the books. As I mentioned, just as soon as the clock strikes 0 here, we're going to go to Calhoun and Stason and Jordan for a post-game wrap-up there. Then we'll come back here for a wrap on this one. One snap left in this one. And the knee is touched, and that's going to do it from Cunningham Field. Our final is going to be 24-8 Salisbury over Louisiana. Stason, Jordan, we'll send it to you.
Thank you very much, Rodney. Final here in Calhoun is 32-0 in favor of the Warriors. Calhoun just kind of came out, I feel like, the second half and just put it to them. Ground and pound, and Pleasant Hill just kind of got tired, and Longnecker kind of had some endurance there in the fourth quarter and kind of sealed the deal, is what I would say.
Yeah, Stason, I think, Pleasant Hill had the one good drive early there in the second half, got down to 5-yard line, had some good momentum, couple penalties pushed them back, and then never really could get anything going from there. And credit to Calhoun on that. They did a really good job of containing their run game all night, and forced Pleasant Hill into some spots that maybe they looked a little more uncomfortable with.
Yeah, Calhoun did a phenomenal job of having a game plan coming in. They stuck to it. It was kind of slow going in the first half, but it really paid off dividends for them in the second half. And, they were able to keep the bucket and go forth. You have some info on this bucket game?
Yeah, so Kelly was kind of putting us on the spot there. We were able to uncover a little bit, so don't completely trust what I'm saying here, but this is coming from a WIVC football page on Facebook. It says that the Oaken Bucket was created in 1962 by Calhoun's coach at the time, Charlie Reich. He knew, and this is coming from a person on there, said he knew the Calhoun program was down and didn't win very much at the time, so kind of created this bucket and rivalry game to maybe spark some interest within students there at the school, and the rest is history. I mean, that was 1962, so we're coming up on 38, another 24, so 62 years.
You're asking the wrong guy for math. I can tell you that. But yeah, there's some history there, and Calhoun keeps the bucket for one more year, and maybe Petey Hill will get the fortunate and get to take it next year. Just a quick recap of area scores, real quick, that I have is Carrollton now leads Greenfield 26-22. Pittsfield's up 35-14 is the last score I have. West Central is up 46-8, and Camp Point was still up 49-0 at halftime. Last score I have. I'm Stason Martin here with Jordan Coffin. This is a post game here brought to you by KJFM Eagle the Sports. We will take a break and we'll be back with Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Geeky Hillbilly, Twin Pike Family YMCA, and Ackles Farm Market.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Seize the summer with hot savings on versatile New Holland mid-range tractors from Bowling Green Tractor. Choose 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $10,000 in cash back. Pick the deal that's right for you. As icing on the cake, you'll pay no money down with nothing due until 2025 with either offer. This summer's hottest deals on utility tractors are available now at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in for all the details. Offer ends September 13th. For commercial use only. Customer participation is subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
Well, this one is in the books from Cunningham Field. Louisiana goes down to defeat 24-8 at the hands of the Salisbury Panthers, ranked number 9 in the state coming into this ball game. Salisbury improves to 6-1. Louisiana falls to 0-7, but showed some signs of life the last couple of weeks and certainly this week. Scoring in the second half of play, only one score with 7:42 left in the third quarter. Salisbury takes it 45 yards. 2-point conversion was good. That set our final score at 24-8. Couple of big takeaways here as the game unfolded. 2 possessions. Salisbury fumbles. Louisiana takes it at the 14-yard line, turns it over on downs. 2 possessions later, Salisbury fumbles. Louisiana falls on it at the 26-yard line, can't score. Those really, everything else in the game happening, those 2 possessions gave Louisiana a chance to get back in this one, and they just couldn't capitalize.
No, absolutely. And, again, Louisiana's not – they're playing cleaner than they have been, but they're still not playing clean enough to win. And whenever the other teams make those mistakes, you need to be able to turn at least some of those into points, and Louisiana just wasn't able to do it in the second half. But, as you said, Rodney, that they're way more competitive than they were early in the year. You can see some signs of some improvement and some good adjustments that are coming on, but they just got to clean up their game just a little more to be able to win a ball game.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, keep it right here on Eagle 102. After we wrap this up here shortly, we'll have the Eagle 102 Sports Scoreboard Show with Jim Ross at the studio. So he'll fill you in on all of the scores from around the area, both here on Eagle 102 and some other scores as well. So, as I said, we're finished at Cunningham Field. 24-8 is our final. For Corey Radford and Kelly Henderson, I'm Rodney Dolbear. Thanks for tuning in.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, Pogue Chevy Buick dealer in Hannibal, and Lynn's Heritage House.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end, even after closing.